Here's the problem. Many states will use that reason to keep the Dem nominee off the ballot. It almost happened in Ohio. Then something needs to, I don't know what the fuck needs to be done.
Guys.
I mean, we all knew he was this bad. If you thought that Biden was in better shape than this, you haven't been paying attention. But a lot of people don't pay attention. A lot of people don't. And all of a sudden they see him and it's like, holy shit. So they hid this to try to make sure, to guarantee he was going to be on the ballot again as the incumbent. They hid this. Anyone who even remotely, like I said, follows politics knew, but most people don't. He's just as much of a fucking piece of shit as Trump. Him and his stupid fucking wife, too.
He's just as much of a douchebag as Trump.
If that was the case, why'd you vote for him, Rich?
Him and his stupid fucking power-hungry wife.
Him and his stupid power-hungry wife.
Why does he always go after the women? And he does so with, like, vitriol and anger. Why? Why?
Yes, dude, she's fucking useless. I'm sorry. She's fucking useless.
But you're useless, you fat fucking cuck. What the fuck are you talking about, homie? You're useless. You sit on the internet and beg for money all day because you can't hold down a 9-to-5 job. But she's useless. At least she's trying. You can think Ocasio-Cortez is wrong or bad at politics all you want, but at least she's actually putting her foot in the race. You're not even getting off the couch. You're not even putting the weed down, bro. But you want to sit here and call her names and call her out. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Where do you get off thinking that you have any sort of validity to pull rank over somebody? When you spend your life living in your mother's house. Oh, hey, what's up, Badwick Ketchup? Hopefully you're doing good tonight. Oh, wrong button. Okay.
And that just bothered me. Like, it's so obvious the guy is in severe. He just called Kamala Harris Vice President Trump. He called Vladimir Zelensky Vladimir Putin. Like, he needs to fucking go.
Oh,
unless
why?
This is all set up. I just don't understand. This is like an embarrassment. It's a joke. Like, what the fuck is even going on? Both of them are fucking buffoons.
Well, yeah, both of them are buffoons, but honestly, dude, I didn't pause
Then they
this.
said they want to have
He
like
was-
some
He was just sitting there, dumbfounded by his own stupidity, like, duh.
kind of brain oh, don't worry. If Joe Biden's brain turns to mush even more, we have other people that you didn't vote for running the country. You're safe. What the fuck is that?
It's called the chain of succession. Or the chain of command, or whatever. The person that's in charge has an underling. That underling has an underling that would take over for them if they got impeached or stepped down or recused themselves or whatever. Whatever to happen to that person, they have somebody under them that could take over their position if needed. So somebody is always in that position, even if temporarily. if you don't understand this, then you have no right to talk about politics. God damn it, I did it again. Okay, there we go.
That's what I said before, DBZ King. That's what I said before. There's that too. It's extreme. I hope not. I don't think so. However, would it shock me? Nothing would shock me anymore.
I think...
Not.
God damn it, I pressed the wrong fucking button again. I'm gonna do that all day, aren't I? But anyway, I think it's funny how he switched brands of seltzer. It now shows the logo of the seltzer bottle. Because he doesn't want anybody to think he's drinking edibles when he's literally zooted out of his fucking mind right now. Get the fuck out of my face, Ridge. What the fuck?
See, really? Okay. I'm waiting to get to 500. We're almost there.
No, you're not. We're pretty good far behind.
I'm fired up. I mean, I
5 minutes behind. You're still not there.
Normal. When I'm
About
fired
there.
up, it starts shaking on the desk.
This is me. I'm all fired up. I'm excited. I'm fired up about something that didn't even happen to me. This is fantastic.
Why? And look at him. He's going for another drink. You know what this means? You have diabetes, dude. If you can't go 2 seconds without having something to drink, and you have to constantly be flushing out your kidneys, bro, first off, you really shouldn't be drinking soda, because it's soda. It's carbonated water with sugar and flavors in it. Bro, it's a step down from soda, but it's still soda. Especially LaCroix, or LaCroix, or whatever the fuck. What?
Secret Service neutralized the shooter.
Hold on, John Hardwick, and you're trashing AOC. She has written a G&D bill and a Medicare for All bill that never got out of committee. You're acting like AOC has 217 allies who think and vote like her. There isn't. She is one person. Very good. Very good. That is a very, very good point. Why is he so against women all the time? Every time a woman does something and messes up, he just goes vitriolic against them. We've seen that every single time he gets in an argument with a female on the internet, he goes nuclear on them. Every time. Be it it's kind of Sav or Melanie Mac. Now, you can disagree with Melanie Mac. I certainly do. But, you know, you went at them super hard, but you ran away from every dude that went after you. Even me. So how are you gonna sit there and say anything about anybody doing anything when you can't even get your fat ass off the couch? God damn it.
I think you mean to say it was a real gun they are saying. I would assume so. And I'll get to who did I miss? Biffy with the super chat.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I just woke thoughts on Phil telling June to make a doc on you. I don't care.
You clearly
Make
did.
a documentary on me. Who gives a shit?
That's why you were all sad that Mudahar called you a
Be
low
something to watch. That's like that stuff doesn't bother me. I don't give
Watch
a shit
his
about
pig
that.
face. You see that?
Be something to watch.
Oh, I smell farts.
That's like that stuff doesn't bother me. I don't give a shit about that. Good evening. Did you hear one person killed? Yeah, but it's the shit that happened throughout the 90s and throughout time that led us here, though. People have to realize that this didn't happen Trump isn't the cause, he's the symptom of it.
Oh my god, I can't stand this, bro. We have policy in place that makes our lives literally different from when we lived in the 60s, bro. This isn't the 60s. This isn't Jim Crow era America. People have protections in place and civil liberties in place that grant them protected statuses based upon their skin color. What the actual fuck are you talking about? Now, I'm not saying racism has been absolved, you know, because it most certainly has not. But for you to sit there and claim that it is anything at all, like it was in the 60s, when people were being fucking gunned down for being black, for being nothing other than what they were, beaten to death in the street, bro. That's just simply not happening right now. Now, can you say that there's a systemic issue with police brutality in the black community? Absolutely. That's a point to be made. And that's something that you can say. But you can't say that it's just as bad. It isn't. It is not. It isn't. We have life so easy now that we're complaining about the skin color of fictional goddamn characters on the regular, bro, on the internet. Well, we're in the literal face of a third world war. We have life so easy here that we are really oblivious to a lot of the things that go on outside of our own borders. Now, this isn't an attack against Americans. I'm American. You're American. But you can't sit there and say that life now for people or persons of color, right, is worse than it was back then. It's just not the case.
Much bigger problem. Actually, our entire government is that problem. Yeah, it's...
Our government is the problem. How? How is the government the problem? The government is the one that is granting these persons protected status for intrinsic characteristics that they cannot change. So how is it the fault of the government? Yeah, there are systemic issues in the government that should be taken care of, but you can't say the government is as antagonistic towards the people of color as they were back then, when most of them couldn't even speak. Oh god, there's this one interview with this. I'm gonna turn this music off. It's really clashing with the tone of the conversation at the moment. There's this argument of this black man who's being interviewed by this committee or by a grand jury or something, and it's really good. It's not like, oh, it's good as an entertainment. It's good as it's captivating because it encapsulates that period of time. This man wasn't even allowed to speak his mind. Wasn't even allowed to say his piece, wasn't allowed to live his truth or anything, but demanded his voice be equal to everyone else's. He refused to not speak when told that he needed to stop speaking because what he's saying was directly contradicting what was being said of him. You can't sit there and say today that there are the same systemic issues that were prevalent then, now. It isn't. It's a different set of disparities. It's a different world now than it was back then. It literally can't be the same unless we're literally the same as we were back then, and we're just not.
It's ridiculous what happened. It shouldn't have happened. And that's all I have to say. Like, I don't even really want to go into it. I just don't. It's not. It was a terrible.
It's really curious how Rich will talk about the content of policy around Donald Trump and why he doesn't like Donald Trump. But all he has to say about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is she does nothing. She needs to go do OnlyFans.
Thing that happened. It's not how you get rid of a political opponent. Yeah, I could see 50 or 60 years away. I think we'll metaphorically dodge the bullet of a civil war right now, but do I think it's on the table within like the next 50 or 60 years? Like you said, yes.
No.
And
look at how intoxicated this man is. Watch him. Watch him. Watch his face and watch him just stare off into nothing.
Bullet of a civil war right now, but do I think it's on the table within like the next 50 or 60 years? Like you said, yes.
And he does this for like 5 minutes.
And I think the bloodshed from that is what will cause there to be a lot of regulation done when it comes to like social media and things like that. And of course, they're going to be corruption. There's corruption that's going to cause it to go too far. No fucking shit. But I could see that happening. Oh, this is going to make him, there's nothing now. Unless there is a formidable Democratic candidate that takes over for Biden, which clock's ticking if that's on the table still. There's no way.
There is a formal candidate to take over for Biden. It's called Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris would serve as president until the next president was chosen. And I'm pretty sure either she would have to declare her intention to run or Donald Trump would just run unopposed.
What a joke. Trump is a massive piece of shit, and I do think him getting capped would have been a net positive, but this is insane, even as much as I despise Trump. Yeah, and all it's gonna do is make him seem like a martyr. It's not how you get rid of a political opponent, but I mean, on the flip side, is this the first time that a politician in the States has been assassinated or an attempted assassination? Obviously not. So there's that.
Notice how he's not reading John Hardwick's super chats.
Yeah, but then they're gonna say that's how Biden got another 4 years if they delay an election. I don't even know if that's. Is there anything that can be done that can delay an election in the Constitution? I'm not sure. I'm not a political scholar.
Honestly, I don't know either. That is what it is.
I'm not voting this election. I'm not wasting my fucking.
Then you have no right to criticize what happens. If you're not gonna use your vote to cast your opinion, then you cannot have a single fucking opinion at all. If you do not vote, you do not get the right to criticize what happens. Because you're choosing to abstain from culpability. So therefore you can't criticize. If your hat's not in the ring, you don't get to be there. You don't get to criticize them. What?
In time. That's it. My vote. What for these embarrassments of candidates?
Bro, it doesn't matter if you're embarrassed. Vote for policy. Don't vote for the person. Vote for what you believe in. Seriously, you're stupid. Okay, so you don't like, right? You don't like the candidates, okay? But can you support any of the policies that they're going for? Can you support what their ideas, their plans are, vote for that. You know, and it doesn't have to just be, oh, I only believe Republicans, right? You can believe Republicans on immigration, but believe that social programs for citizens is necessary. They're paying into taxes. So, I mean, if they're paying into taxes, why not? You can't support policies, so it's just the figurehead you support. It's just Joe Biden. You just support Joe Biden then? You just supported Obama? You just supported Bill Clinton? You just supported whomever? You didn't vote for their policy, their ideas, what their plans were? Are you stupid? I'm flabbergasted.
That you forced down my fucking throat? Fuck you. Seriously.
You're stupid. You're stupid. Then vote for policy. Vote for policy.
Fuck you. I'm not going to vote to go. I'm not going to waste my time to stand online to go vote for a write-in that doesn't have a chance in hell. No, thank you. Let it burn. It's nothing that I'm going to do to stop it anyway. You know what I mean? Committees in both the U.S. and House Senate have killed many good bills written by people like Byrd for AOC or Fetterman or Zed or House. And Schumer left many bills that passed in the House never get a vote. Yeah. But sorry, dude. She stood in line to... And Bernie has also kissed a lot of his constituents' asses, too, instead of fighting back. If DSP's first order should be the May 1st burst be a national holiday. No, he would outlaw anyone talking about it. And make it so we get at least one day off of work and school. No, he would outlaw anyone talking about it. It's Vegas. He hates it. No, you would never get Phil. You would never get Phil. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is nothing more than a cute the Hispanic 1 year I Barbie did celebrate it. He got, has done nothing. Remember, Vegas. Nothing. Thank you for becoming a member. That represents progressive values. Oh my! She talks a lot, and that's all she fucking does. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, and yeah, I want to go in. I still have a lot to say about this boogie shit. This is from Saturated Content.
But you have no room to speak on it, bro. You're just as bad as him. Yeah, Boogie might have used cancer, but every time you're faced with legitimate criticism, you run and hide behind your family. Them being sick, or this person doing that, or your mother's in the hospital now. Every single time you're about to face consequence for your action, you run away with the stop sign right there that says, can't continue, family in trouble. Every single time. You never stand on business. Never. Every single time. Every single time you and I are going to debate, you duck me. Every time. Every time. The last time, you just didn't send the fucking link. The time before that, you had somebody else on and then told everybody you invited me. Yet my DMs are completely empty from you, Rich. You even said as much. You couldn't DM me, but you said you tried. How did you try? And how did you send the messages you said you tried to send when we have no access to message each other? None. So it's not like I had him blocked and he couldn't send the messages. There was no way to send the messages. You didn't send it publicly. You didn't send it anywhere. Anywhere. You didn't tag me or anything. You had somebody else on your show. I believe it was Intro Guy. You have no room. No room to talk about Boogie. You're a piece of shit too.
We haven't watched this yet. Let me make sure my screen is switched here. It is.
You know what gets me though is like he's gotten in fights with me before the show and then used the cancer and like I don't have to deal with this. You know what I'm putting up with every day.
Dude.
Yeah, he's done that to me before.
This is such a confusing situation. Here is the first thing that we will talk about. Boogie in and of himself said that he was going to die from 1,000 other things before the cancer got him anyway. Everyone seems to forget that banger of a first point. You know what I mean? Like, Boogie himself said the cancer wasn't a big deal. Will he be getting the Capcom versus Marvel collection? Maybe. I'm not sure.
Why not get it for your kids, bro? That game just screams.
No, but it'll fortify his base
you
even
know?
more, DBZ King.
It just
I don't
screams,
know,
hey,
James. I
let
don't know,
your
Space
kids
Dandy.
play with.
Is it on PC? If it's on PC, maybe.
To me, when I used to play games as a kid that had superheroes in it, I always envisioned it as like fighting with my action figures. You know, and I understand that it's a thing from a bygone era. Not many children play with action figures anymore. It's all about iPads and stuff. But I mean, why not do that? Have a moment with your kids. Let your kids beat you up in a fighting game, dude.
If it's on PC, maybe. So, here is what I know about the whole Boogie situation, okay?
Here's what I know.
I'm pretty familiar with it.
No, you're not.
I remember it was a couple years. I think it was 2022. Doesn't matter, 2021, 2022. He put up a video that he had cancer. I kind of agree with Keemstar's take on this, where it was Boogie probably, the doctor was like, this could be cancer. Boogie ran home. Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
How the fuck are you gonna make a fat joke when you're sitting there looking like a balding Mr. fucking Clean, bro? Balding, fat Mr. Clean. With your actual tits out on stream, dude. Your rolls have jelly rolls, man. How are you gonna sit there and say anything about Boogie being overweight when you're so big, you make the big screen in the back of your setup look small? I mean, if you look at it, if you put Rich's torso, right, up against this, it would take up at least a fourth of the screen, right? If you split it into 4 equal parts, this part right here would equal 1/4. 4 Rich's equals 1 of these.
And because he's Boogie and he's more impulsive than me, I'll get to the Streamlabs in a second. He was like, yep, it's cancer. But the thing, like I said, is, and everyone seems to be forgetting this, all of these documentaries or video essays or fucking whatever seem to be forgetting this, is that Boogie himself said the cancer is not a big deal. The very first thing he said is that it's a slow-moving cancer and the rest of my health issues are probably going to get me first.
Yeah, but just because he says it's a slow-moving cancer doesn't mean that it won't kill him. And he was being facetious and probably trying to add a little bit of levity in saying that his fatness would kill him first. He seems like the type of person that thinks self-deprecation is funny. And it's like constant self-deprecation. It's not like, oh, someone makes a joke of you and you laugh about it too. He'll make 3 to 4 other jokes. It's like somebody says, oh, you have funny glasses, and he'll make 4 or 5 jokes about how his glasses are funny, just to seem like he's not being made fun of, but is laughing too.
So
what?
why all of a sudden, you know, in the whole,
Because the way in which cancer acts, it can be slow acting one day and it could switch up and start to become aggressive. It can switch. I'm pretty sure it can, at least. I mean, cancer isn't just one steady rate of movement. It depends on if it spreads or if multitude of factors could have changed it from being a slow acting cancer to an aggressive form of cancer. Especially if it went from somewhere like a toe to like a lung. You know what I mean? What's to say it didn't move somewhere else? Now, I'm not making excuses for Boogie, but if someone has cancer, it doesn't just always stay the same type of cancer. It can move from your kidneys to your heart, to your lymph nodes, to your breast tissue, to your private areas, wherever. It could go from one part of your body to the next part of your body. It's why when you get cancer, they cut off certain parts of your body when it gets infected with cancer.
what confuses me too is, and what makes the conspiracy theory part of my brain start cooking, wasn't it the day before Keemstar was saying that these guys are boring and this and that? And that could just be that he was just venting and Keemstar being a dick, which isn't shocking. But then the next day you have this explosion of drama happen with Boogie. Now, a lot of people are saying that they think that that was why this happened, and that's why this event occurred, to get people interested in the show. And it did get people talking about it. I just can't even picture Keemstar, though, saying, hey, Boogie, get involved in a pump and dump crypto scheme, which is like one of the worst things that you can do. It'll bolster the show. But at the end of the day, no matter even if that was the case, I kind of doubt it was, but I'm not completely taking.
Bro, but on the flip side of that, why would Boogie knowingly make himself a pariah, have people attack him, have people attack his character, have people attack his girlfriend, his life, and everything around him, just to stage this for a show that's just paying his mortgage? Why would he sacrifice everything else in his life just for that? That makes no sense to me. Even if he's like, I'm a pariah, what do I have to lose? He still has dignity. And faking cancer ruined all of his dignity that he had left. So why would he fake it? Or I'm sorry, the crypto scam ruined any sort of benefit of the doubt that he had left from people. But all of the sudden, he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna ruin my opinion, or I'm gonna ruin people's opinion of me even more, and pretend I faked cancer. It's like putting a cinder block in a sock and smacking yourself with it. Why would you do that? What does that serve? Yeah, you might get temporary attention while people are looking after you and making sure you're okay, but it's only fleeting attention. It will eventually dissipate. What does he get out of it?
I'm my conspiracy theory brain is just going.
Bro, you don't have a conspiracy theory brain. You're high off your ass and you're speaking gibberish bullshit. And again, I'm not defending Boogie, but what Rich is saying is completely stupid.
Taking it off the table, I give it like a 3% chance that this was all contrived. Either way, Boogie's fucked. And no matter what the scenario was behind the scenes, it still makes him look terrible. So whether it was like, hey, let's drum up this drama for the show, or he's just an asshole who doesn't think like, hey, a pump and up scheme will make me look great. He's still cooked. I guess that's the new saying now, cooked. I'm going to keep up with the kids because, hello, fellow kids, I'm trying to be cool. No, I don't give a fuck.
You clearly do. Rich, you clearly do give a fuck. You're so desperate for this, and you're so desperate for clout, that you couldn't even take time away from the internet completely. You ran away and hid in your little corner of Instagram, bro. You do.
Maybe
you
it did,
care.
I don't know. I maybe it is. I mean, because like the thing is, the whole thing for him to bring up the cancer again. I know he's brought it up on and off too. Is kind of like a sympathy card. Besides this, I'm pretty sure I remember him doing that. Like I said, he said himself, it's not a big deal. Now all of a sudden it's a big deal and you need money for it. I don't know,
Bro, but that could have been some time ago. In a year's time, who's to say that his cancer went from, you know, relatively nothing to something major, which causes more, or which causes it to become worse, become more of a priority, is what I was looking for. You know, it could be on the back burner on Tuesday, but by Friday of next week, it could be the most important thing in your life because the cancer moved from your fingernails, right? I don't know if you could get cancer in fingernails. You know, it moved from your fingernail to your breast tissue, or from your breast tissue to your lungs or to your kidneys or whatever. It doesn't just stay in one place, and it doesn't just stay consistent with cancer, bro. It gets progressively worse, especially if you do nothing to abate the problems that are causing it.
No, I'm so confused by this whole thing. It could be set up. It could be Boogie just being a complete idiot.
It isn't set up.
It could be, I don't know.
It isn't set up.
Any scenario.
Okay. Let's say that there's potential for this to be set up. Why would CoffeeZilla risk his credibility to play along with a show that he doesn't get paid for? Why would he risk his entire YouTube channel to play along with some low-tier Jerry Springer bullshit for nothing? To prop up a failing internet TV show? Why would CoffeeZilla damage his credibility like that for Keemstar?
Is believable.
All right, this is fucking boring.
Any scenario is believable, and I don't know what the fuck to say.
Bro, he just drones on about this, dude.
Dude, I'm just ignoring the noise. I'm not on Twitter. I'm just doing my thing. New Streamlabs you sent about voting. It's refreshing now, John. Sorry.
Bro, he goes on about this for an hour.
You know something funny about Mike Lawler? He was my history teacher my senior year of high school. So that's what it is, man. Let people make fucking videos. I don't care. I'm not gonna feed into it. I'm not gonna, like, I went and did a shit show that one time and then I just stayed off of there.
About
I actually
45
just
minutes.
tonight put up that I was streaming. That was it.
Bro, knock it off. Knock it off. We all know you didn't leave the fucking platform. We all know you are still on fucking Twitter. The only thing we don't know is what your fucking sock account is. Shut the hell up,
And that's
man.
all I do. I just put a link up I'll check DMs like if I'm here.
You created the problems on Twitter. You and you alone. And now all of the sudden you're acting like everybody brought this to your doorstep when you're the one that started this.
And that is it.
Yeah.
Well, I watch a dude. Started watching his videos, saturated content, and he does like a lot of boogie analysis.
Jimbo, me boy, thank you very much for becoming a fan of the content. That's excellent. We can all revel in the fact that we absolutely despise Boogie, and he's never gonna get away with his heinous actions that he tries to.
I think saturated content says the same thing we just talked about. Like, you just, you know, just like we were thinking with Trump. Like, could this be staged?
Pull on the internet. Now, we're at crisis mode because Boogster has deactivated. Activated his Twitter. He has threatened to delete his YouTube channel.
Yeah, I saw that. We're actually going to watch Archfiend. I usually agree with a lot of his takes. I mean, yeah, Boogie's a piece of shit. No matter what angle this came from.
Medical records to him. So, like,
Dude,
there's this.
he just watches the whole fucking video, man. I'm sorry. I think pausing a video just to talk to your chat and read out super chats isn't necessarily you pausing the video and adding context or talking about the video. It's you just reading super chats. So you should really, I don't know, talk about the video and the content a little bit more.
Oh shit, you're right about Jackson beating his ass. I remember reading about that. That's some shit, man. That's a good point.
Not gonna turn out well for Boogster.
I just came to get something to eat.
Anything is possible, sure.
I just don't understand why you won't just go grab a piece of paper and just disprove them. Like, you
I don't
have all these
What's up,
videos.
SPCB, bro? Is that where you're...
And like I said a year ago, when these motherfuckers tried to get it to begin with, this is the one last thing I have left. You motherfuckers were in my marriage. You guys were in everything else. You're in every aspect of my life. Fuck you. Let me have one goddamn thing.
Boogie, if this is real, that makes no fucking sense. You used your fucking illness, even though you said it wasn't a big deal from the get-go, as a reason to do this pump and dump. Now it's no one's business?
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
I'm getting more skeptical by the second, dude. I need someone actually now to prove to me that this shit wasn't staged. I just can't.
You just said before that you don't have the money for extra medical stuff. If they don't need that test for cancer, why would you spend extra money on a test that you don't need?
Have you heard of this, Destiny? I just got a bit of a windfall. Might have heard about it.
Yeah, you may have heard of it. We have. What's a windfall? He did a $10,000 crypto scam, using partly his cancer thing as an excuse for why he needed to scam his fans. If Boogie can confirm, that he has polycythemia vera, and he actually has like a doctor confirmation of the blood cancer, I'll throw $5,000 towards his medical treatment. I'll make that personal pledge right now.
Bro,
it's
so badass.
Medical records for 20, not for 50. You're not seeing my medical
$5 grand.
Somebody brought.
Yeah, it just makes no sense. You use this for the reasoning to do all of it. Now you won't show them.
Oh, you want up here? Come on. Up, you want a cookie?
This whole thing stinks, man. This whole thing stinks. Oh, by the way, here's a weird song I made as a joke for intro guy. By the way, it is a joke. I do not want to have intercourse with a horse.
Horse. Dicks.
Yeah.
In the ass. Horse.
What? Yeah.
Dicks. In the ass. Dicks. Horse. Dicks. In the ass. Horse.
Well, he's dead,
Dicks.
so.
In the ass. Dicks. Horse.
But now you won't show them? This whole thing stinks, man.
Hold on, guys.
This whole thing stinks. By the way, here's a weird song I made as a joke for intro guy. By the way, it is a joke. I do not want to have intercourse with a horse.
Horse. Dicks.
Yeah.
In the ass. Horse.
Yeah.
Dicks. In the ass. Dicks. Horse. Dicks. In the ass. Horse.
Well, he's dead,
Dicks.
so...
In the ass. Dicks. Horse. Dicks.
Oh my god.
When Bookster blames the entire internet for ruining everything in it.
I mostly actually use the Koala app for actual productivity, but sometimes I'm like, hey, intro guy, here's a song about horse dicks.
His life, he can take zero accountability. It's never
What the fuck was
Bookster's
that, bro?
fault. His relationship that fell apart because he was doing things like telling his wife that he wanted her to fucking die. You remember that, Bookster? You remember that cute little clip? Aw, that's so lovey-dovey. I can't believe that marriage didn't last. That's so crazy. And obviously...
Wait, what? Boogie said he wishes his ex-wife died? No. I have to get some seltzer in a second.
Bro, you drank that whole fucking box already?
Let me look that up. Yo, let's watch this. This is crazy.
Oh boy, here we go.
What do you want?
Hey, it's good to hear your voice. It's been a couple days. How are you doing?
I'm alright. Can't complain too much.
I made it to 45. What do you think about that?
It's impressive.
Yeah, I didn't think I would.
Only another 40 to go.
Another 40, Des? You hate me that much that you want me to live to be 90 fucking 85?
Math was never your strong suit.
It's VidCon is weird without you. It really is, because like we're all these very familiar places, right? And like going to Disney without you, I've been like 5 times now. It's just so weird. It's your ghost haunts me there. It's kind of nice though. How's your summer adventures been? What have you done that was cool?
Went to Door County, which is like Eureka Springs of the North.
Oh man, I haven't been to Eureka Springs in forever. Because people don't know this, but that's where we got engaged.
He called. This is during a live stream, by the way. Remember that.
Yeah, it is.
This is a really good story. I don't know if they're going to want to hear this, but...
Yeah, his new girlfriend is like, everything is the same. I believe that she was like a trauma dump relationship too, where she came from a broken house, just like his current girlfriend.
Horse.
Their names are the same. They kind of look the same.
In the ass. Horse.
Yeah. This is a few years back when he just got divorced.
But so we were driving up to Eureka Springs, and I had been planning for like 3 weeks.
They fat guys for cash. The fuck they date me for that I ain't got no cash.
To ask you to marry me that day. And it was my birthday. Oh my god, it was my birthday, you remember?
Yep.
All of the YouTube videos are still up. You know, our wedding YouTube video is still up and everything. Because I don't see a point in deleting it. People have asked me, like, why I don't delete it, but I'm like, what's the best day of my life? I love that day.
What kind of drugs is he on? Seriously. Because I act this way when I'm not on drugs. And he acts the opposite way when he acts the opposite way to me when I am off drugs. So, what kind of drugs is he on?
Why would I delete that? You know what I'm saying?
He's being facetious. You could tell by his mannerisms.
Yeah,
What?
Jeez, what a day.
Oh, he's being facetious? What gives it away? The fact he's like busting a smile?
Oh, we you picked a fight with me about
Oh.
how I never watch your videos anymore.
Yeah, so
I was working like 60-hour weeks.
I
you,
know,
like, you
it
don't
was-
even
it was
care about
so-
my videos. You don't even watch them.
Monkey
Like, what
guy.
are you talking
How
about?
many
I have
monkeys are you?
filmed
4 or
all
5
the
monkeys?
time.
52? 87.
I'm like, why are we arguing about this? I'm dying right now.
And I'm like,
look at my face.
you know what? You know what I'm doing today, by the way. So I decided to use my birthday as in all the negative notoriety I'm getting right now. I'm sure you've seen it on Reddit or whatever, but I was like,
That was weird. That was really weird.
hey, I would raise money for To Right Love on Her Arms. And you remember
He was guilting. She kind of did an interesting play back at him. It's interesting how you notice things as you get older. Because he was saying, hey, remember how that was the best day of our life? And now you walked away from that? And she was like, yeah, remember when you were a dick when you proposed to me? She was like, come back down to planet Earth, Boogie. There's a reason that we're no longer together, Steven.
I called you a couple weeks back and I talked to you about my suicidal thoughts. We talked about it a little bit, right?
Why are you talking about this? See, this is what people are talking about, Boogie. If everything with the cancer shit and you faking it, even though you said initially that it was no big deal, it is all this shit actually happened. And you use the cancer as the shield for your pump and dump. And there's nothing else that we need to know about behind the scenes. You'll talk.
You mean the way you tried to use your daughter as a shield to get out of doing things that you agreed to do, and then complained and cried and rage quit your stream when people held you accountable to the words you said? You mean you didn't do that? So if if the stream was, I don't know, magically there, and you were saying verbatim that, you know, you couldn't do X, Y, and Z things, you called out the quartering and couldn't do it because your daughter was in the hospital. You talked all this good shit. Literally were yelling his name throughout a mall fucking food court. And then when it came time to pay your debt that your mouth put you into, you ran away and said, oh, but my daughter's sick. And now, yes, it's terrible that your daughter got sick, and I'm glad she recovered to the extent she's been able to. And I'm glad your mother's doing okay. But that doesn't mean you can raise that shield every fucking time your tab gets called, buddy. You can't. You said we were all going to debate the day of the debate. And then what happened the day of the debate? Your mom magically ended up in the hospital. When every single time you're going to be held to task, something horrible happens to you. Every time. Every single time. Or you just completely don't live up to the words you say.
Talk like to your ex-wife about your issues on a live
Go out
stream
there,
with her
Monk.
on the phone
Okay,
on
buddy.
speaker.
Go out there. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. He wants to go.
But you won't show. You don't have to show all of your records. You screen. You take Windows Shift S. Snip out the part where it says it. I don't know. I have a small penis. That's all I know. At the end.
and you know I've been plagued with that the entire time we've known each other, right? That's something I've struggled with ever since I've known you, right?
Yep.
So I picked To Right Love on Her Arms as the right charity. You're familiar with that one, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised because it's a lot cooler than you are.
I know. I've gotten so into the music scene now. I had a music video come out today.
Well, that's awesome.
I'm a
You know, the music scene is more than just like Weird Al, though, right?
I will tell you though, I'll say the thing that probably haunts me the most is every once in a while I hear a song on the radio and I have the thought, oh, Des would really like the song, and then I'm like, aw. What are you listening to these days? Any Weird Al?
No.
Why would you do this on camera? And these are the things that really make that like kind of sealed your fate. Everyone's like, you talk about all this shit. Like that's kind of what your bread and butter was, Boogie, is that you hid nothing. Now all of a sudden this, and as you just did a crypto pump and dump, you're too good to show where it would show that you had cancer. Oh, come on, dude. Come on. Your camera's crazy crooked too here.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose. Somebody says this woman is hilarious. Music is more than... Yeah, why do you think I married this woman? Of course, she's hysterical. She's far...
Not only did you marry her, Boogie, but she came up with your Francis character that gave you the platform that you have now. If not for her, you'd be working at Best Buy.
Funnier than I ever was. Why do you think the Francis videos haven't been good since we separated?
I haven't been on Reddit. You mentioned seeing you on Reddit. Those are all the things I get to avoid now.
God, I'm so jealous of you.
Yeah.
Oh, they have like this crazy.
Why can't you avoid Reddit? You think I'm going on kiwi farms to look at myself? You think I'm not even going on Twitter to look at myself.
Yes, you are.
Oh, Boogie.
Crazy picture of you and I and like what happened. Did you cuck me, Des?
Did I cuck you?
Yeah, did you?
This is something you would ask your ex-wife live on stream. Wow.
Did you screw TJ behind my back or whatever?
What TJ?
It's because Remington isn't attractive, but TJ was hot as shit. I mean, he's like, you know, like he's a gay guy who takes really good care of himself. It's just crazy. Why? At the end of the day.
Wait a minute. Did you just ask a straight woman if she slept with a gay man? Think of that. She might be willing, but what's one outlier there? Oh, excuse me.
Confirm or deny this. Let's see what you think. We got divorced just because it wasn't working.
Nope.
Right.
Is that pretty much it? We just weren't happy?
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
But I knew that we were going down a path where we just were not clicking, and we were fighting, and we were resenting each other for things, and...
But why?
I didn't want that to be the end of our story, where we spent the next 20 years of our lives hating each other, you know?
Yep, absolutely. All right, well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you still. Thank you for being such a good friend. I really appreciate you. Thank you for helping raise a little bit of money to write Love in Our Arms. Hey, if you swing by when you get home, if you give $20, I'm giving $20. Every dollar you donate via this charity stream, I'm matching dollar for dollar up to $10,000. I'm wanting to spend 10 grand today. So if you're feeling, yeah, get in there, pull out the credit card before it's over with. Okay, the drive's going on to the...
Yeah.
That sounds exactly
Man,
like Rich.
times have changed. Yeah, he's talking to his ex-wife, dude. All right, this is...
Monkey?
I'm not watching that. Oh, you know what? One thing I will watch.
What, you want to go out there again?
Oh, Dr. Disrespect I'll watch. Because we're just going... We're just treading the same fucking shit over and over again. We know what happened. Unless something new pops up where, you know, Keemstar's naked in his office and we see that he's actually working on this pump and dump to stir up drama behind the scenes. There's nothing else to say. If it's taken at surface value, Boogie's a scumbag. If it was a scheme to get more people, more eyes on the Lol Cow podcast.
Okay, but for this to happen, CoffeeZilla would have to be equally as scumbaggery or scumbaggish as fucking Boogie. And he's not. He just isn't. And he's not a Keemstar. He's not a Wings of Redemption. This is somebody that has built credibility into their persona online. If they were to cast any sort of doubt upon that character, then everything they do, everything they talk about is now suspect because they have that ding to their credibility. And I'm not saying CoffeeZilla is beyond reproach. I'm not. You can criticize him if you want. But to sit there and say that he would willingly and knowingly call into question the validity of the things he does to prop up Keemstar's failing lolcow venture, I just don't believe it. I don't. Especially with how much vitriol they went after all the other people that they've gone after. And I think some of CoffeeZilla's videos were used in the Sam Bankman-Fried case. You really think he's gonna call into question the validity of his character, the content of his videos, for lolcow clout? Why? Why would he? Why does he need it? It wasn't a setup, dude. He lied.
Well, it makes them all pretty scummy, actually, but Boogie's still a scumbag. Either way, he's fucked in the ass.
Why does it have to go that far?
What did Dr. Disrespect do? Everything. I'll be right back in a minute, and I'm going to grab something to drink.
Bro, you just drank an entire case of seltzers, dude. You just drank an entire case of seltzers. Dude, he got to leave Castlevania alone. He just left him there, complete silence, bro. Oh, it was paused. I guess
Shooting
I'm just
ropes.
Stupid. Ugh.
Just beverages, no food. Shooting ropes. God damn it. I just have 3 fucking seltzers left, dude. No turds. I wish it was turds. Order some fucking seltzer. God damn it. Thought I had coffee. Don't have coffee.
Well, he's dead, so... Well, he's dead, so... Well, he's dead, so...
Turds. Birds. Turds. Birds. Turds. Birds. Turds. Ah. Where is...
Bro, this shit is terrible.
Comfort food. Comfort my ass. What? Comfort seltzer. I want comfort seltzer. I want comfort seltzer. And birds. Turds. Birds. With turds. Philip Burnell is a man. With an ass. Something. Do they have coffee? Stars. Dark roast. Oh, yeah. Am I really freestyling weird noises while I'm doing this shit?
Yeah, but the better question is, why are you doing that?
Yeah, I'm not buying that much from these fucking thieves. Damn it.
These guys are thieves. They're trying to scam me.
Okay, DSP. What next? Are they gonna steal your car tire? Bro, can you just turn this shit off?
Change the screen that entire time? Oh. Wait, oh no, did I not change the screen that entire time? Okay, good. So you were just, at least you got to watch me stare at my phone in order.
Dude, it is just
Oh
so
my
gross.
god. I got seltzer, I got coffee, I got tits. Let's go.
But I'm still in control.
My conscious. I feel so good.
This was his. God. And again, it just bothers me a lot. Buff, I love all the birds. They're beautiful. Yeah, and Fentazan, thank you for being a member for almost 30 months. I meant to say this to you before. That's the thing. All of a sudden, if there's no other conspiracy going on, all of a sudden now Boogie's so private. My uncle is retired military and has had to protect VIP targets before. He said holding Trump out in the open like that so he could pose for the camera reeks of it being a setup. Vladimir Putin.
Oh, that's that's great. The old, well, my dad has my dad works for Nintendo, and he has a Nintendo 65 defense. It's called anecdotal evidence, and you use it when you have no actual proof of something happening.
Putin blew up a building to seize power, and it worked because it made him seem like he was the great protector. Go look it up.
His return stream from messaging a minor. How insane is that? Dr. Disrespect is...
I mean, that shit looks like something that was meant for Time magazine. Christ's sake.
admitted to inappropriately messaging a minor back in 2017, and that is the reason for his contract termination and ban on Twitch. The same year he messaged a minor, he won Streamer of the Year.
I get a lot of messages. DM.
Yes, you do.
But again, Rich, how are you going to criticize what Dr. Disrespect did when you openly admitted to hiding half-naked pictures of your ex-girlfriend, the mother of your children's children, whom aren't your children, were your stepchildren? Why are you hiding their pictures in your Dropbox under a television locked behind two-factor authentication? If Dr. Disrespect sending text messages is bad, right? Then what you did is equally bad. You can't say, oh, but he did it. But why do you have those pictures, Rich? When they were already re-downloaded. When those children already had access to them again. Why didn't you delete them off your Dropbox? More importantly, why were those pictures in the same folders as inappropriate material? Whether or not it was sent to you is irrelevant. The fact of the matter is it's kept in the same folder as pictures of children. You said these things from your own mouth. Answer those questions, Rich. Because Dr. Disrespect texting a minor and admitting to it is terrible. But you admitted to it as well from your own mouth, dude. Nobody else knew about those pictures but you. Not Kino, not me, not John Riley, not Cult of Hate, not fucking anybody. Only you knew of those pictures. And you told them to us. So answer the question. Why were they hidden under a television, locked behind two-factor authentication? He literally said that those pictures were seen because the phone fell off of the TV stand and clicked yes for them to see the pictures. That doesn't make sense, Rich. Why did you have those pictures? You can't condemn a pervert while you're being a pervert. Hypocrite.
Emails. Whispers.
Doc, no! He was telling us the whole time. He's been dropped by his own game studio, Turtle Beaches, Black Steel Bourbon, dropped from the YouTube partnership program, even his own website went down. No party admits to any wrongdoing. This is the statement he made in his lawsuit with Twitch. 4 years later, he would write, were there Twitch whispers with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. And then there's the defense of him, which hasn't been based on any sort of factual reality at all.
Your audience is just off watching you, and everybody knows that, and you know it. Look at her; she's looking down, saying, "Stop that!" And then she has the balls to go say, "Dr. Disrespect's a terrible person." Bro, this is my problem.
How do you compare people in her audience that are thirsty fucking weirdos? No, it's not this. Oh,
bro, how are you gonna call them thirsty weirdos when you literally were paying women on your stream to do provocative things for your stream, and then have those same women on who did those provocative things for you on your stream again? You tried to tap into her audience, bro, by having that woman on your stream. Elf on a Shelf, you guys continuously talked about her physically until she just randomly stopped showing up. Now, I don't know what the hell happened with her. I saw some things on Twitter that she was going through some shit. It's not my place to say, you know, that could have been. But it's just suspicious timing that after you and Jay continuously and insistently talk about her physically, that she just randomly stopped showing up. And then after you fire Jay, you have this Twitch thought on your stream to talk provocatively with her. And it got destroyed because your mom walked in on you. He's an oblivious hypocrite.
Oh my God. Is this what these fucking, like, all these, like, alpha male, pseudo alpha male retards do?
With this.
They're both bad people, but like that doesn't.
But nobody cancels Pokimane.
Because Pokimane sold some cookies with vitamin B in it. Oh no, she drop shipped some cookies. Drop shipped some cookies. Oh boo-hoo. She wasn't texting a minor and hiding it. That's not the fucking same. It's not even close. Are you really gonna get or let Neon, the fucking Schmeagle of the internet, get a dub over you? Get the fuck out of here. No way.
He really is. You're defending a pedophile. These people will call anybody pedophiles, but when there's actual pedophiles, they defend them. All right. I already thought you were an asshole. Now I hate you by default.
But Rich, if Dr. Disrespect is a pedophile for text messages, then you are a pedophile for pictures. Again, you admitted this. You said those pictures were, Jay said those pictures were in a folder with inappropriate GIFs and videos, and you confirmed that it was true. Now, Jay can sit there and say, but I didn't see anything appropriate. To me, inappropriate is keeping pictures of children in the same folder as inappropriate GIFs of dudes going to town on each other. If you're gonna call a spade, then you gotta call your card too, bro. Because you are a spade as well. You can't sit here and say that text messages equal pedophile when you have a Dropbox locked with two-factor hidden under a television that only you have access to, that have pictures of kids that aren't yours in compromising clothing.
There's no hate brigade. Everyone's like,
text us.
Because she's not texting someone underage.
17-year-old.
But she has 13-year-olds jerking off to her, and she's.
Is she telling them to do that? Oh, hell yeah, I'm an alpha male, man. I'm as alpha as they get.
Fine with it monetizing it. How is that any better?
You can't be this dumb. You can't be this dumb.
Rich, you can't be this dumb. Get off your soapbox, Mr. Two-Factor. Get off your soapbox, bro.
You're fucking. I bet you he has like a talent agency, or he has somebody who's like, say the stupid, like Andrew Tate was saying, having sex with women if you're not procreating is gay. You're only, if you aren't attempting to reproduce and you are a straight man having intercourse with a woman, then you are a homosexual. So all the little idiots that watch him, who the irony is that they're 13, they're thinking, oh, what Dr. Disrespect isn't doing is that bad. And again, he's trying to demonize it. Like, what is she supposed to do? Be less attractive? Sneeko? Stupid fucking name. Like, what do you want her to do? You fucking break, man. I hate these fucking people.
I get that, but what do you want to do? Not show her.
But Rich, you do the same shit. What he's doing is called straw manning, and you do that shit all the fucking time. All the time. When you get caught doing something, you straw man and say, but, and then you rage quit your fucking stream, dude. Get the fuck out of here, man.
When Neon's got more
Yeah, you're making Neon, like, I know enough about this guy that he's a fucking idiot, and you're making him seem smart.
Saying the common sense thing isn't smart. It's basic knowledge. Basic knowledge. You shouldn't try and go after a child when you're an adult. That's not being smart, Rich. That's being normal. I just looked off into the camera like they did in The Office. I don't know why I said it that way, but I did. Congratulations.
Common sense than you, it's over. And then there's the least talked about aspect of this story. The terrible journalism by Slasher that has confused, muddied, and made people cast doubt on this entire situation. Admitting to me that he has pushed this story without ever seeing the messages. No nameable source has. As part of his career redemption arc, he pushed the false allegation that Doc was arrested for this.
I did get a DM about an hour ago from someone who lives in Encientas, and he sent me a screenshot from his next door.
That's not
There's a
me,
comment
dude.
that says, "We just saw Dr.
I like that
Disrespect in
song.
handcuffs," and this
Okay,
is from
bro. Okay, I can't believe you just dropped that in here, because like, if that is untrue, this is like you're squandering all of the cultural capital that you're winning back by being correct on this matter for the past.
That is true. What are you doing, Slasher? Oh, yeah. He was the guy who was saying that he was cocked. And then you're going to come out and be an alpha male? Dude, come on, stop. Yeah, dude, rest in peace, Richard Simmons.
Rich, but you were cucked. Your baby's mother left you for another man.
It's that makes me depressed. Like, how, you know how much humor I made out of him? Like, I actually thought he was genuinely an entertaining guy.
4 years.
It was untrue. Even Hassan is shocked by the low quality journalism. The goal of this video is to clear out the weeds so you know the full story, front to back. What the information is, who the sources are. There's a lot of misinformation going around, and some of this stuff just makes zero sense. And it makes me feel like I need a lawyer up for the mental damage done to me. But most people don't realize that when you get workers' comp or an injury from a car accident, the insurance companies are often trying their best to take advantage of you.
Here we go. Man, I'm telling you, I'm almost like leaning more towards this assassination attempt is staged, because now I'm seeing all the people that I know IRL on Facebook that are MAGA. They're like, I'm more MAGA than ever, and I'm definitely voting for Trump. And I don't know, man. I don't trust the fucking soul.
He's so stupid, and it hurts. It actually hurts watching someone so stupid have the same right
to vote as me. What the fuck? And then, I mean, it might be one thing, right? If Rich voted. But he has all these criticisms of our voting process and then refuses to fucking partake in it. It's like having some stock in a business and not taking any responsibility for when the business goes belly up. Or at least trying to correct the ship before the belly goes up. I mean, it's not a good analogy, but I try. Rich, it doesn't make sense.
Unfortunately.
Your inexperience, so they could pay you as little as possible. That's why Morgan and
It's like they're going. It's like hook, line, and sinker.
Morgan exists. Now, I may not be able to sue Dr. Disrespect when it comes to my head injury. It's self-inflicted after all, but you can still go what you're owed when it comes to your car
Rich's head
accident or
injury is
in the
self-inflicted,
workplace. They
too.
won't settle for the insurance company's lowball offers. These are just some of the verdicts they've been able to achieve. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm with over 1,000 attorneys, meaning that they have the resources and the manpower to make sure your case gets the best possible
Careless
outcome.
whispers.
The insurance
That's
companies will
actually
never
pretty
tell you this,
good.
but if you were part of a serious injury, your case could be worth millions of dollars. In the past 12 months, they've achieved significant verdicts for victims involved in life-altering car crashes, like $12 million in Florida and $26 million in Philadelphia, 40 times higher than the highest insurance offer. And the fee is absolutely free unless you...
So it doesn't matter. It's about the optics. Everything is about the optics. Everything. The reality of the situation means nothing. It's what people feel.
You win. And you don't even have to sit in a law office for hours to do it. Just use their app to upload relevant documents, medical records, and even communicate with your attorney. It's so easy. So if you ever get seriously injured, your case could be worth millions. Life-changing money. You can go to forthepeople.com/Willie or scan the QR code. It only takes a few minutes to...
Trump himself could come out and say, I just did this for a photo op, and people would still be like, yeah, it was awesome. Now I'm definitely voting for you.
to see if you have a case. Thank you, Morgan & Morgan, for sponsoring this video.
I did it! I admit it, I did it! I don't give a fuck, I did it!
Dr. Disrespect's lack of transparency over the years I find particularly disturbing. The narrative he let transpire surrounding his ban was so dishonest. On his first stream back from his ban, he'd act like some returning hero.
You think I'm gonna stop right there? You think that's the end of the line? You think we're done?
Hindsight completely changes the meaning of some of the things he says.
We're just getting started.
Dark alleyways is where they're gonna find us.
This is so much funnier knowing that he's a creep. He's thanking people who were supportive of him, who thought he was being screwed by Twitch.
Paid with a $100 donation says, God damn, it feels good to have you back.
Yeah, it's shady. It's like he played it up like he was the victim, too. Like it was just over some payment dispute, you know?
Doc, and it does feel good. It does.
The original theory that he let culminate was that Microsoft's live streaming service Mixer was stealing some of Twitch's biggest stars. So in March of 2020, Twitch secured Dr. Disrespect with a massive contract. June 22nd of 2020, Mixer would announce that it was shutting down. And mysteriously, just 3 days later, Twitch would ban Dr. Disrespect. This was the narrative at the time, as other sources refused to elaborate and even deleted their tweets. Meanwhile, Doc ate up all the love thrown his way.
Man, the love is strong. A lot of people reached out. In fact, I had an Excel worksheet and I had all these names.
Mixer.
And I was going to shout them out. I mean, it's like.
Remember that was like peak Ninja and he signed over there, got a bunch of money and then it shut down. Can I have that happen to me? I'll go to a website for a bunch of money then have it be shut down.
In regards to the ban.
You have to actually have
There's a lot of people that want to know.
To happen, right?
They want to know what happened. Why did you get banned? We still have no idea, as far as I'm concerned.
Man, what a bold-faced liar, too, huh? You knew. You knew the whole fucking time, bro.
We didn't do anything to warrant a ban, let alone how they went about banning us.
This was August 7th of 2020 before the lawsuit. So there is a chance he didn't know, as the messages sent to the minor were from 2017, which was the same time he was caught cheating on his wife. Doc confirms this date in his recent Twitter response, writing, "Were there Twitch whispers with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes.
And that's it. You're done. Goodbye. See you later. Go away."
There are real intentions behind those messages? The answer is absolutely not.
Stupid mistakes, man.
There are reports from former Twitch staff alleging that he planned to meet up at TwitchCon with her and that he knew she was underage. I recall that Dr.
I remember hearing
Disrespect
that.
was made aware by the individual that they were underage.
McCowan, you are not wrong. I've been criticizing Rich this whole entire time. It's like, how can he sit up here and criticize Dr. Disrespect for admitting to texting a minor when he has pictures of his ex-girlfriend's children in his Dropbox in provocative clothing, locked behind two-factor authentication, bro? And he actually called Dr. Disrespect a pedophile. And now I agree, he is a pedophile. But Rich, if he's a pedophile because of text messages, then you're a pedophile for pictures that weren't yours to keep. You kept them and put them in a folder with provocative pictures of men going after each other. You have no room to go on a soapbox, bro. None. You're right, McCowan.
After which he indicated that this was no problem and continued on. Also saying that Doc's retelling of the messages, leaning too much in the direction of being inappropriate, is vastly downplaying the situation. The employee says that Twitch had an initiative in 2020 to investigate streamers who had allegations against them, and that the alleged victim reported it during this time. That's why it didn't come out in 2017, and why Doc was banned just days after
that's
the tweet
true.
announcing the new initiative. It was also revealed that YouTube knew the allegations the whole time. That's why they never offered Doc a contract. It seems like everyone behind the scenes knew, so when Doc claims that he didn't, that just doesn't seem believable to me anymore. He looks at his phone and seemingly gets more serious. It seems like he knows something. Then he pulls up a Roblox video and sits in silence, finally saying this before ending his stream immediately.
Know this one well.
Yeah, I always thought that ending was so like, what was with the
Yeah,
Roblox?
that's what I don't get. He has 5 dependents, excluding his brother, that he has to take care of. His mother and father. His 3 kids who are with him part-time. Well, we'll say part-time because he has joint custody with the mother, right? So, 2 total dependents, 3 part-time dependents, and then himself and his brother. That's 7 people. But he's gonna hedge his entire life on being a SoundCloud rapper. He wants to be the next Dr. fucking Dre. It's not gonna work. Your beats are terrible. You remix other people's music and it's bad. Like, I can't produce music, but neither can you. Just because you repurpose somebody else's music and add somebody else's music over the top of it and then sequence it together and then act like you created it doesn't mean you created it. Like the Vega song that he supposedly made. Oh, not even. That's... Oh, he might actually be on. If I'm being honest, we could check. Sure. You know? But... Oh, hey, it's DarkSide P. Ugh. Oh, is he doing Riven? Oh, Stardew Valley. This game is boring.
Life's weird right now.
And it is pretty disgusting how Dr. Disrespect pulls up a video of children playing a video game when he's getting text messages about him being fired from Twitch because of text messages with children. Unbelievable.
Oh, it did.
We'll get through this, okay? And
Hey, Christopher.
fuck.
So was he talking about his Roblox video here, or was he talking about his soon-to-be Ben? And it just makes me wonder, did he really not know during his comeback stream?
So let the legal professionals do what they need to do.
I think he thought it was going to stay under wraps because people were under NDAs not to talk. Is your
not only that, it's not only that he's self-centered, but it's entirely narcissistic. To think at 42 you can just go out here and do whatever you want because you had minor success on an internet platform. It's like, come on, bro. You don't quit your day job to be a painter when you're just learning how to paint.
Really think that?
That's it. My conscience.
Because, I mean, every single time you hear him say something about his music, it's, I'm learning this. I picked this up and I'm learning this now. It's like, if you're going to make this a job, you should already know this shit. Like, I wouldn't go and become a construction worker when I don't know how to do construction. Right? I'm not going to go and become a plumber when I don't know how to be a plumber. Right? So why would you go and be a musician when you don't know how to use the tools, you don't know how to use the software, and you have to buy something here or there or this or that to make your stuff work? You shouldn't have to buy a brand new iPad to use GarageBand. You're 42. At this point, you should know how to use the instruments you're trying to make music with. And if you don't, it's time to give it up because you're past the hurdle here. Stick with what you know, and that's YouTube. He does. He thinks he's too good to go. He made a joke of it.
I feel so good. You know who I was talking to right there? I was talking to the small percentage. The ones that there's a sense of urgency that want to know right now because you know what they want. Something bad to happen out of it, right? Let's not beat around the bush. That's just a small percentage, though.
Oh, yeah, McGowan, no problem, bro. Nobody's obligated to be here. Nobody's obligated to stay, my friend. I'm just glad you stopped by. Have a good night.
Percentage, the true supporters, the followers of the doc, they know what I'm about. They've been following.
Yeah, the ones who thought they were wrong. The ones who questioned you were right. You know what's funny is that I apologized to you because I thought the whole situation was sketchy, and then it just seemed like it was a payment dispute. Again, my first instinct was right. I'm learning that lesson throughout life.
Me for years. They know what I'm about.
But bro, your instincts have proven you wrong a lot of the time. You tried to institute internet blood sports, and you got utterly destroyed to the point you ran and hid on Instagram. You were literally doing fucking Quantum TV style blue roomed fucking TikTok videos. But instead of TikTok, it was on Instagram. I don't get it.
I don't beat around the bush. I get straight to the point.
In hindsight, it's so manipulative. One thing is for sure, though, he did know during the lawsuit, and he insisted that he was the victim.
I appreciate the support. You guys have just been absolutely amazing. With the Twitch ban, how it's really affected us, not just from a financial standpoint, but from a networking standpoint, from all the relationships we've built over the past 5 years, and in terms of Activision and EA. I mean, everyone, all the big sponsors, all the big partnerships, they have to question, why did you get banned?
I mean, yeah, from a business point of view, it is a completely legitimate question to ask.
But a lot of people ask me, do you know the reason? Yeah.
And especially because it was like a light switch,
I do know the reason why now. I've known for months now the reason why. And I'll just say this right now, champs. There's a reason why we're suing the fuck out of them. Okay? I don't know how else.
Yeah, and yeah, those. And what's funny is they tried to capitalize on it too. I mean, here is the thing. He didn't know their ages. Now, the thing you could say about Pro Jared is that's always the first question you could ask. But, or no, he did actually ask their ages, and they told him they were of age. If I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. Which, yeah, that kind of makes them pieces of shit. I mean, yeah, he was whipping out his dong like a champion, but that doesn't make him a pedo.
To put it, the amount of damages and you just don't. No, it really fucking sucks. I don't know how else to put it, man. It's affected us in so many different ways, and
It's just crazy too that he was making it like he was the victim the entire time, knowing what he knew behind the scenes. Holy shit! I'm sure he was getting sympathy money. I'm sure people were probably like, "Oh, Doc, it's so unfair what happened to you. Instead of me just giving the 5 I usually give, here's 200." What, you had a feeling he was full of shit? Well, especially since he admitted in the very first video that it was, especially for him, like a kind of a slow-moving nothing burger. It's kind of hard not to feel that way.
He's making it seem like the reason was completely ridiculous. Twitch is irrational, when there's at least some truth to it. No party admits to any wrongdoing. This was the statement given after Twitch allegedly paid out Dr. Disrespect in full. Further...
Well, that's the thing, that it's we. Or my thing, you want me to call us we? Am I getting some of your money? It's like when I know people that are obsessed with sports like baseball and football. Oh, I can't believe we made that play. Who the fuck is we? You getting a check from the NFL? Shut the fuck up, you weirdo.
Pushing the narrative that he did nothing wrong. As you guys know, this would come to a head last week when an ex-Twitch employee
I don't even know who the fuck you are. You're saying we.
Connors.
Oh, we lost. No, you mean they lost. The team you're a fan of lost, not we. You're not on the team. Christ, I hate people.
To a tweet, Dr. Disrespect got banned because he was caught sexting minors in the existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. Case closed. This would come out during Doc's...
I just heard that. He was going to fuck her. It wasn't just like him being, which is career ending in and of itself. You're flirting with an underage girl and you're my age. But you were going, you had a goal. It wasn't just to be flirty.
Most recent live stream, which is just hilarious to watch. It all broke right after he ate this cupcake.
Third try, and Baby Sassons brought me a little cupcake.
Oh, God.
As a celebration.
No.
Oh, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake. I'm going to eat my cupcake, and I'm going to celebrate. Nothing you're going to do about it.
There was, nothing that was going to be sexual involved, because I'm not like that. Well, obviously.
Yeah, ADP. Yeah, I often meet people that are underage in the middle of random motel or apartment parking lots to hand them a cupcake, to get a cupcake. That's what I do.
The text messages and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Note to self, do not eat cupcakes. Doc's chat would be filled with messages begging him to respond. Even the glasses can't hide the doom in his eyes.
One of these years, I will get to the Elden Ring DLC, and it will be glorious. Music is fitting. Music is fitting.
He's like this for over a minute.
Because he knows it's over.
And then he goes silent again. A fan would ask how he's doing, and he seems to know he's screwed.
How we feeling, Doc?
Cupcake.pdf. Yeah, like, dude, this isn't... Like, there's more of a chance if, like, you don't come back from this. There's more of a chance of Boogie being able to come back. Because, again, Boogie's not a PDF. They have a young girlfriend, but she's legal and of age. Once you go over this threshold, it's over.
Says Roy.
I'll be honest. I'm feeling a little fatigued. Feeling a little fatigued.
Yeah, now that you know your career and reputation is over.
We came in here, champs. We came in here. High energy. High energy. But I'm telling you, man, I'm just feeling fatigued.
Wow, what convenient timing.
When shit like this happens over the weekend, and it just kind of, it's like how many times can I I don't.
The fuck are you even saying? You sound like Joe Biden.
Like I'm actually.
We finally beat Medicaid. Yo, let me show you the. I don't know if you call it a meme because it didn't go viral, but on my Insta, I put this Instagram. Am I logged in? I'm not logged in.
Bro, is it gonna be that stupid ass fucking blue video where he went full quantum fucking TV, dude?
Hard in the ass.
Tired of being on social media, and I've expressed that.
Apologizing about it. And I need Bjork to sit on my face, and this time I'm not apologizing. It was. So, all right, let me get. I'll be right back.
He's so goddamn stupid, bro.
Because instead of defending himself or saying, actually makes me a bit angry, because instead of defending himself or saying that he's going to talk to his lawyers before responding, he acts like he's above taking this seriously.
Over the years, it's just gotten, I don't know, like it's been drained out of me. It's being drained out of me. It's being drained out of my family and I. But I think the first and foremost, though, is, you know, I did have a sort of a planned vacation coming up.
Wow.
And I think I might just extend that starting today, starting now.
He's literally running out of town.
I think when I say step away, I mean, I'm going to have to.
Yeah, you're done, dude. It's over. You fucking lost the plot.
Either have to relay this to the Midnight Society, but maybe I.
But it's not even like internet hearsay, like someone was lying about you. You did this. You admitted to it.
Step away from there too.
This was likely Doc strategically getting ahead of his own company, Midnight Society, dropping him. And then there's the boldest part of Doc's defense, which is saying that all of his haters are terminally online. Trust me when I say this, to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero real life experience, I don't give a f about you. I'm not going anywhere. I don't know how you're gonna call anyone terminally online when you were a 35-year-old man cheating on your wife with a 17-year-old. Now this is all under the assumption that what Doc has sent to the minor was verified by the journalist. But surprisingly, the information they've actually laid eyes on is less than you realize, like a lot less. If there's a defense for Doc.
Oh, this part I want to see because they'll be. I'll make a video on these fuckers.
After disrespect, I'm having trouble looking past two major red flags. The first one is when he says, were there intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. What were those false intentions? Was it meeting up? It's exactly what pedos say on To Catch a Predator when they show up to the house.
This man's excuse.
So true. How many times have we watched? We went through a To Catch a Predator phase, which I may want. Well, I can never get sick of these episodes.
Sounds pretty old.
And what have you heard about those stories?
That there's pedophilers out there, but that's not my intention to.
Pedophiles.
Yeah, he's talking about you, Rich.
He called them pedophiles, dude.
I just wanted to have a party and have a good time.
He also takes moral responsibility, with his only defense being anyone who truly
whose channel is demonetized
knows me fucking knows where I stand on those things.
He said,
wait, what?
That he was messaging a minor and it would sometimes lead to teeter on inappropriate if he knew that was a minor and those were the messages being sent. I cannot support that. I can't.
He basically confirms that.
Yeah, it basically confirms that I am fucking just, if you look up testosterone, you see me, bro.
What? No, seriously, what?
You know, he was texting an underage girl, and it went weird sometimes, you know, and look, just to be blunt and straightforward, man, that's inexcusable. It's
if you're gonna make fun of him, make fun of him. Like, why do you gotta have your shirt off to talk about this? Why do both of you guys have your shirts off to talk about this? Can you not put a shirt on? Like, at least if you're gonna have your shirt off, shave your shoulders, bro. You know?
Acceptable, right? I can't support it. I can't defend it.
The defense of Doc.
He doesn't even talk the way Bridge says.
There's an email going around defending Doc. It was an anonymous source saying that the girl was 17, but that Doc didn't know the age at the time. And because of the brand name, the messages could be interpreted as inappropriate. That's why in the court proceedings, they settled with no wrongdoings. But this thing's obviously fake because it gets so many details wrong. Like saying that the Twitch whispers were from many weeks prior from his last stream. We know according to Doc himself, it was 3 years prior. This anonymous email has also been called out as fake by Slash's anonymous source.
Have you seen this email going around, by the way?
I can say it is 100% fake bullshit, just like everything else. Stop believing everything you read on the internet, okay?
Wait,
a primary source says, literally in quotes, LOL in capital letters, this is complete bullshit.
Yet for some reason you have people like Sneeko taking it as a fact. Western culture is hilarious. If someone texts a girl that's 17 years, 11 months old, he gets jumped by the whole industry. But if the same girl waits 1 more month to sell her body on OnlyFans, she is celebrated by that same industry as an independent queen. Clown world. We do not.
No, what that says is that there's a subset of perverts on the internet actively stalking children who are about to turn 18 and pouncing on them. That's what it means. It means that the internet is not a safe place even for people who are coming into age.
So, even though that's not the case, should there be... Oh, well, it was around that. There has to be a limit somewhere, Sneeko. The fuck do you want them to do?
Yeah, Rich, there should be a limit, Rich, for how long you keep pictures that are half naked of someone else's children in your Dropbox that you hid under your television, Rich. Hypocrite.
Know this girl's age. She could be 17 or she could be 15, 13. We have no idea. On top of that, Doc is 42. He would have been 35 at the time. If you're 35 years old and you're trying to hook up with a minor, I'm going to call you the P word. You have all this fame and money, and the only thing you have to do is not message someone who's under 18 and you...
Yeah, seriously.
You blew it.
I mean, again, it's a sickness. It doesn't justify it. They still should be thrown under the fucking jail, but...
And then what about you?
Says Valkyrie. Yuck! Says Pokimane. Everyone hates you, but as soon as that second hits midnight, then she can sign up on OnlyFans, sell her body, and then everyone's going to parade around and say, you go, queen! You're an independent girl boss! Slay! Clown world. I don't know everything about Dr. Disrespect, but what is the, like, let's break it down. Pokimane pretty much does softcore porn for 14-year-old boys.
No, she doesn't.
His audience has to be like 12 to 14. And no,
Bro,
she
I don't
doesn't.
like. Yeah, I can't believe I'm gonna have to agree with Rich here, but I don't like Pokimane, right? But she's not out here selling herself. From what I've seen of her, she always is in some type of sweatpants. And I'm sorry, just because a woman has a bust and might wear a shirt that, you know, is comfortable for them, that might show their bust, does not mean that they're trying to be sexual about it. Are there instances of that? Sure, but you can't sit there and say that she's doing what these other titty streamers are doing, bro. You can't. Because it's not the case.
I argue fucking what's her name? She's literally selling a beer made from the yeast of her vagina, amaranth. But stop, well, first, but secondly, stop with that shit. it's still not this them doing whatever they're doing on Twitch, so long as they're not violating TOS, is not the fucking same as him trying to hook up with a minor and sexting with a minor on using Twitch's Whisper app, which, Jesus Christ, you're a genius, guy. You didn't think that Twitch...
Says the dude that literally, again, kept children's pictures in the same folder as videos and gifs of men going to town on each other. Where does he find the leg to stand on?
Twitch was going to monitor that and catch on to it? Not too bright.
Says, bro, you didn't think somebody would... You provoked a bunch of people that know how to fuck with people's personal life, right? And then you're just flabbergasted that they might happen to break into something on the internet that is personal to you and reveal a bunch of stuff. But that's not what happened, though. You said it from your own goddamn mouth, Rich. You said it. I don't get it. I don't get it. How do you find the leg to stand on when what you did is equally bad as to what Dr. Disrespect did? Yeah, you weren't meeting up with these people, but you knew them in real life. You had them their pictures in a folder with other provocative pictures of people going to town on each other, videos of people doing the dirt with each other. Bro, you can't tell me that that's normal. And you haven't explained it at all.
But it's not the same, dude. The Amaranth and what Pokimane, just existing, is not the same as someone, a grown-ass man, proactively trying to hook up with an underage girl and fuck her at a convention. The brain-dead 12-year-olds that watch you may buy this shit. Anyone, and I hope to God you don't, because, man, hate to say this because people said the same thing about me, but lucky they did. It was debunked. There may be interesting shit.
It was not debunked. Just because Jay said I didn't see anything does not mean that you didn't say that you had those pictures, dipshit. What the fuck? You said you had them. You said that you had a burner phone that you kept with those pictures on it. Jay doesn't have access to the phone that you use. He doesn't have access to the totality of your current Dropbox. As he said, it wasn't synced. So the pictures in the Dropbox on the phone aren't going to be the same pictures in the Dropbox on the computer. I mean, the pictures might be there on the phone, but the pictures on the phone aren't on the computer. Again, he said it wasn't synced, so all of the pictures that are on the phone aren't on the PC. So it wasn't debunked.
Shit in your fucking, the skeletons in your closet if you think this is okay. White knighting for this. The fuck have you done?
Her audience is 95% men who are jerking off the entire stream.
But she's not trying to talk to a 14-year-old boy to hook up with him in a con. That's not, that's it. This guy, he's really like he.
But Rich, you had those pictures, dude. You had those pictures. You admitted to having those pictures. It can't be debunked because you admitted it. You admitted it. It can't be debunked. It's something you admitted to doing. I can't say I shot somebody and then have it magically debunked. Then, if it's debunked, what did me admitting it, what did that mean? If I didn't admit to the crime, why would anybody think I'm guilty of the crime? You're not absolved of shit. You're not. You admitted to having those pictures. You admitted it. Admitted it.
You cannot say, oh, it's debunked now. It isn't. It literally can never be debunked. You admitted to having those pictures. And Jay admitted, and you just validated, that those pictures were in the same folders in that Dropbox as inappropriate pictures and videos and GIFs of men and women going to town on each other. Some of them were men going to town on other men. But you're going to sit there and tell me that those pictures were not there. They were confirmed to be there in the folder with those inappropriate images. What the fuck was debunked? What the fuck was debunked?
He can't be this fucking stupid, actually. He can't be. It's contrived.
Pokey! Pokey! I want to poke you, Pokey!
We're comparing Pokimane, who has simps, and maybe you could argue she could thirst trap, with Dr. Disrespect, who was caught messaging a minor. These are not comparable whatsoever. Even Neon recognizes that.
Pokimane, your audience is just off watching you, and everybody knows that. And you know it. Look at her. She's looking down saying, stop that. Look at that cringe. She's cringing at her simp fans off on the stream all day, and she's aware of it. And then she has...
But she's not telling them to do it. Oh my God.
Has the balls to go.
This has to, he has to just have, it's a very profitable thing. He has to just have contrarian takes for the sake of just having them. It works. Look at the outrage.
Oh shit, is he on the blubbering? He is. Let's get off of this. Let's get on to the blubbering.
Wait, did that guy already deliver it? No. Good.
Tweet this tweet and say, spam my firm handshakes reply to him all you want in the replies. I am right. You were all acting like he got caught having sex with a 9-year-old.
None of these people, you're never allowed to talk about me again. You're never allowed. I don't want to hear it. Rich, drop. I don't want to hear it.
But Rich, you quite literally, just because he's being a dipshit, does not absolve you of what you did. It doesn't. You're still the man that admitted to having pictures of a child on their phone locked behind two-factor authentication under a goddamn television. You did that. All right, sorry about that.
I don't want to hear anything. You know what's something funny? I'd like to thank the people that went into my Dropbox. Here's why.
You're the person.
Shit, right?
Rich, you are the person that went into your Dropbox on a VPN. Nobody did but you. You're the only one who knew.
And in a way, you don't even realize that you exonerated me.
How?
Because you went through a backup folder. Don't you think if there was anything in those folders?
A backup folder that you had locked on a phone behind two-factor authentication. You literally said they gained access to this Dropbox because the phone fell off the entertainment stand. You literally said that they got access to the Dropbox because it vibrated and clicked yes when it fell off the entertainment stand from under the TV, Rich. What the fuck?
they would have just blurred out the faces and been like, and dumped it all over QE Farms and been like, look at the.
Yeah, and that didn't happen, which means it wasn't hacked by anybody. And then come to find out, Dropbox, the service, was hacked independently of us, of the internet, of detractors. No.
Horrible things that Rich has. He didn't do that. So you prove that he didn't have anything. And you also, without even realizing.
How? When it was confirmed, and you are the one that said this verbatim. You said this. No one made this up about you. This didn't come from Kino Casino. It came from your own mouth, off your own stream, because you saw that you were hacked. And you didn't wait 0.2 of a goddamn second to look up online to see if Dropbox was hacked. It's ridiculous, Rich.
Realizing it proves something else. You went through the backup iPhone folders of teenage girls looking for something. So who's the...
That you had access to, that only you had the passwords for, Rich. Again, it was on your burner phone that you openly admitted to hiding under a television that was locked behind two-factor authentication. How did they get the code, Rich? How did they get the code? How did they get the code off your phone for two-factor? Bro, Dropbox requires a code upon a request for two-factor authentication. You don't just click a button for yes. You have to input the code. How did they get the code off your burner phone, Rich?
The actual fucking pervert.
You are, because you have the pictures. You hid the pictures. You have the pictures locked in a box under your television. You admitted it. You admitted it.
So thank you. You exonerated me by proving it, because you know you would have came out with something and just hid the face. And you make yourself look like fucking weirdos. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You admitted it, Rich.
Jeremy would reel this back on his YouTube.
What do you mean, exonerated, when it came directly from your lips, bro? You can't be exonerated. You're the one that said this stuff. It's not me just making conclusions where there aren't any. You said verbatim that the phone fell off the entertainment stand and clicked yes, and that's how they gained access to your Dropbox. Nobody knew about this Dropbox but you, Rich. So how are you absolved when Jay openly said that yes, the pictures were in the folder with the GIFs and the videos and the images of all the people going to town on each other? So how exactly are you absolved of any fucking thing?
YouTube channel coming up with a conspiracy saying this only came out because Nick Merckx hates trans people?
It's my opinion that the only reason that this finally came out about Doc is because
his set has gotten terrible.
Kind of kicked the hornet's nest by saying leave the kids alone. Nick had said, hey, these, you know, certain types of people are not real people. You're either a boy or you're a girl. And then coincidentally,
I wonder if I got caught in the same situation with Dr. Disrespect, if Jeremy would be jumping out in front of it. Who wants to place bets?
Who gives a shit? You were. Again, pictures, dude. Pictures. Behind a two-factor authenticated Dropbox, bro. What are you talking about?
A burner phone? So now I have a burner phone filled with pictures. I'm trying to become a rapper. I have a.
You said that, dude. You said it. You literally said that you had a burner phone. You said it. Hidden under your television.
A burner phone. I have a burner phone? Where? What burner phone is this?
You literally said that it was a burner phone under your television that fell off your entertainment stand and clicked yes for whomever broke into your account. You said it.
I now have a burner phone. You realize Jay himself debunked all this, right?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Jay himself said that those images were in fact in that Dropbox, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about, homie? No.
Go away. Go away. You lose. You absolutely have lost in this one. There is no...
Again, how? You admitted this shit. I didn't just make it up. I didn't just pull it out of my ass. You admitted this stuff. You said it verbatim, Rich. What do you mean?
Coming back, because if you had something, you would have came forward with it, because there is no honor among you fucking thieves.
Bro, I tried to and you banned me, bro. I questioned you and you banned me. What the fuck? I tried to ask you these questions to your face and you blocked me, bro. Everything you've just fucking said is verifiably false because everything you just said is contrary to what you said prior from your own goddamn mouth. You said the phone fell off your entertainment stand. Hit yes because it vibrated from the phone messages being delivered. You're lying.
Thieves, and you know it.
Or it wasn't hacked by anybody. So nobody has any of these pictures. Yet you openly admitted to having said pictures, dipshit. You fucking moron.
Keep grasping at those straws, son. Anyway, speaking of straw grasping, here's a man defending a literal pedophile.
Only a few days later, they released what the real reason Doc was banned for. Now, I assume that means they probably didn't have anything on Nick, and they figured the best way to hurt him would be to hurt his friend. These people who are moralizing on Twitter about it and celebrating it, they never cared about...
Everybody, announce it from the rooftops. Jeremy is a pedo defender. Literally, here it is.
Protecting kids. They never cared about what Doc did. They cared that Doc's friend dunked on the LGBTQ community.
I feel like Nick's been doing that once a week for the past 5 months. There's no correlation here. It's always got to loop back to trans people. Or the trans people.
Let me see
Lol.
if I'm still banned.
I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. The truth matters. It doesn't matter what you think. No, but dude. All right, man, I'm just blocking you, bro. I have facts. You have a giant fucking pussy between your legs. End a discussion. Have a great day. Have a great day. You're fans of a rapist, by the way. We all know, yeah, dude. I have a burner. I have all. Listen, I have all of my porn on a flip phone.
Bro, not maybe a flip phone, but you admitted to having a burner phone. You admitted it. You admitted it, Rich. You admitted to having a burner phone.
You admitted that they gained access to your Dropbox because the burner phone fell out from under your television and fell off your entertainment stand. You said that.
Dude, that actually, remember, it wasn't underage porn, but there was a dad, I think, from a GameStop in the UK. And he bought it for his kid, and there was just normal porn on there, but that's not what you want to buy for your kid. Oh my God. Listen. Accuse me of things that have been debunked and that actually
They have not been debunked. You can't debunk something when it came directly from your mouth. You're either lying or you're purposefully misrepresenting what the truth is. And either way, you're lying. Because I didn't make up you having those pictures. You told me. I didn't make up you having a burner phone. You told me. I didn't make up you hiding those pictures. You told me. I didn't make up those pictures being in a folder with a dude going to town on another dude. Jay and you told me. So how exactly were they debunked when everything you've said has just been, yes, they're there. Yes, they're there. Yes, they're there. And then Jay comes out and says, well, I don't think it's that bad, but there was porn in the same folder as a bunch of half-naked children. Rich, you're lying. If it's debunked, then explain why were pictures of half-naked teenagers in bikinis in the same folder as two grown black men going to town on each other? Why? If you did nothing wrong and you've been absolved, why did you admit to that?
actually make the person who tried to find dirt on me look worse.
How? When everything you've said,
anyway,
everything that's been said of you has come from your own fucking mouth, Rich.
Oh, really? He had a flat earth debate on his channel? Yeah, dude, I'm the granny porn guy. I got caught in 4K.
Yeah, we all know how he likes to keep it in the family. Under that question.
Yeah, you know what was funny is that, yeah, I am an airhead, but what happened with that computer, and Jay admitted this, is that as much as I could be an airhead, whenever I give a piece of technology up, there's maybe only been 2 or 3 times, and I think it was because it was people that I trusted, that I was like, ah, fuck it, I'm in a rush, just reset the computer. I always reset the computers, and I was just like, it's Jay. Who cares? It's like, there's nothing on there that I have to hide. So, look, you guys just reset the computer.
Bro, yes, there is.
And that's it.
There's nothing on there that I need to hide.
People under your bed right now, Jeremy. No matter what the ex-employee's motives were, it's good that this is out. Now, even though this whole subject made Jeremy look like a clown at best and a freak at worst, I still agree with his video in principle.
What I'm saying is, let me see the message.
It's so funny when those X video links came up. You know, you had people fucking clamoring all over those themselves to try to hope that it was something damning. And they're like, it's just big titty jilf and MILF porn. God damn it. Why can't you be creepy, Rich?
Rich, you literally admitted to having pictures of of someone else's fucking kids in your Dropbox. You admitted it, dude. You admitted it.
messages really are as bad as the left and the mainstream media want you to believe?
The left, yes.
All right, now let's head down to the lot where Tom Brady.
That's what it's about.
Sorry.
That's what it's about. Hey, again, Jeremy, I'm just going to bring it up loud and clear. Ask him this question. If I got caught doing the same thing, would you be defending right now? Would you be defending me in white knighting? Ooh, teacher, I got the answer. No, you be the first making 60 fucking videos calling me a pedophile. But you know what? Your audience is so fucking brain dead that it'll just go vroom, just like with Vosh, with the creepy fucking shit that he got caught with. You're defending a pedophile. Vosh got caught with whatever the fuck he got caught with. And but they're so devout that they won't care.
They've all clearly seen them, and if you put them out there and they really are, you know, the bad of the bad, then it's over, right? It's just done.
And it begs the question, why didn't Twitch make this clear from the start and have the journalist even seen anything? The answers are concerning.
A toast to the bad guy. With bad bitches, the bad times will pass by.
Problem with the main journalist on this story is that he's always leading people on as if he knows more than he actually does, ultimately confusing the story. When asked what is the age of the girl, Slasher, aka Rod, gives a non-answer.
Do you know the age of the person?
Was not used in the reporting.
Are they 17 or are they younger than 17?
I do not have comment.
What do you mean you don't have a comment? Do you know or not? Okay, how about this? Why didn't Twitch say anything allowing this alleged predator to roam freely for 4 years, paying him millions in the process?
Yeah, seriously. That's something that the T should have definitely been spelt on instead of giving him another 4 fucking years to potentially find another victim. There has to be some if there's an NDA that they could circumvent that, but
all of this was about protecting the victim, okay? That is why Twitch has never said anything. They will never say anything, not just about this case, but any of the other sexual misconduct, harassment, or assault cases that have ever happened on this platform, whether it's Method Josh or Hashinshin or Doc or anyone else.
That is very different, as Method Josh had screenshots and receipts backing up the allegations. And Shinshin has Twitch whispers that leaked of him talking to a 15-year-old while he was 26, saying she should watch him without pants on. Twitch confirmed that this is
fuck is wrong with these people?
Why they banned him. It is the opposite of what Slasher is saying. With Doc, there's nothing, and the fact that Twitch willingly paid out makes them look bad, like they mishandled this whole thing.
The responsibility of trust and safety and the legal and law enforcement employees that work for these companies, they are to protect the victim. They're to make sure the victims are anonymous and to make sure the victims are safe. The only reason we know about certain other cases is because those victims came forward. The victim never wanted to come forward or be involved in this situation. That is why Twitch had never said anything, and they will continue to never say anything.
Right, but if the evidence didn't come forward in these other cases, these guys would still be around with clean reputations. Also, how does releasing the messages endanger the victim? Just redact the name. Then we wouldn't have 4 more years of potentially new victims. Destiny would challenge Slasher on this, and he wouldn't have a good answer.
A lot of the piece is to contextualize why Twitch was unable to say anything, and why they do not say anything, and why something like the logs.
My drink got here. One of them has to be refrigerated. Give me like 45 seconds to a minute. Oh, look, that's me. God damn it, I'm beautiful. All right, I'll be right back. And yes, I'll give you music this time.
understand the situation and yet still defend.
Friggin' pug wouldn't get the hell out of my way. Oh man, I can't believe there's people defending him. And what makes it even like, this is the guy last year that was like jumping in front of Nick Merckx. Remember the whole thing where the Proud Boys were at the Pride Parade? It is full screen, isn't it? It's full screen. I know, because I had to make the coffee.
Are never going to come out, nor should you want to see them.
But is there an answer that's good, or is it just like a...
Yeah, all of them.
What
I mean, two
messages.
When not only should not, and
it's suddenly illegal to show the messages.
When not only should they not have it, but a lot of times it is. Yes, but the
clue them in. Like, do we have?
It's not. It is illegal to public and their conversations.
There's no anything. If there was nude sent or illegal material, I would understand. But Twitch is already
all report
like some Chris Hansen caliber shit.
Would see us.
Okay, so
the goodwill you were getting back, you ruined it again.
Respect the National Center.
The legal process after, again, no court records have ever been found. I've never been able to get law enforcement to comment or even acknowledge that a thing exists. Do not have details on
a subreddit. Like, I would make that report to them.
Works with all law enforcement organizations.
Sure, I'm just saying that like a report is just a report. It doesn't necessarily mean that like something happened. It just means somebody felt like they had an obligation to make that report, right?
Nothing came from this doesn't mean Doc isn't guilty. It just means what he did wasn't a...
Makes me question though, because if he was planning in these whispers or any kind of messaging to meet up at a con, doesn't that... Whatever.
Court of public opinion time is part of other stories. I don't know why this went to Discovery where the messages could leak through a legal avenue. Slasher says they didn't because they wanted to protect...
And to try to do what they can.
Because no one here is a fucking expert. You know what I mean?
In this case.
Lawyer with credentials gets...
As possible.
Not that what he did was nothing...
Terminated the courage people. Android was terminated.
They had in their strong situation necessary for giving specifics.
For like the public...
I don't know legally where that goes. I mean, ethically, yeah, they could have jumped in front of him going after someone else.
I'm trying to see if he responded to anything that I had said of him.
Statement giving out. I don't think
you literally can't
leak it is because
individual. His action.
And honestly, I'm kind of tired of watching this.
Never was a knowledge from somebody else.
Or you say he didn't?
Slasher is insider right now. This is like, I don't know.
Have firsthand of this. Wasn't he head of partnerships?
We'll look up the Dale stuff in a moment.
So he would like give updates on big, less of a fuck about.
Doesn't matter.
Separate.
No excuse because
it's an actual reason. Like, none of us are lawyers.
He did out earlier. If you
okay, Cody was the one who leaked about it on
case,
Twitter.
And that would
case, or that doesn't work. Blindly believe journalists.
To do public.
There's no pictures or anything else. You're not putting out anything. But again, I don't like. Again, we're not lawyers.
But to do situations, why like the see that?
See if there's pictures or anything.
That you.
But yeah, I'd want to see what the piece of shit was saying.
Could be that you is to have to see internet
more. So
yes, I saw. The election's over.
And that is not. For least from those people.
Maybe he went to somewhere else besides. Maybe he grew enough of a brain and asked for the pictures in a different way than.
Something insane.
Good enough for me.
So let's.
With that photo op.
You stuff seen up and why would you
may have them. Why the messenger rates that and itself, but he won't tell. This is not access to them. Remind myself for the full already. Relation of the.
It doesn't mean he read them. It's right there. Not trying to
feel like this is has not seen the messages. Tweet because it would be a 50. Them out. Let him exist there. Is like saying the police actually
hold him fucking Doc. Guy beam. Fuck that. Gay try. It's almost Gary.
Reality is
I'm gonna have a better basically is. No, I'm not wearing. I don't do.
Be but no.
Why would you be doing that with
pictures? I'd like to give them were found. And people like me, because that's the only information that will exist.
I hate being seen in no MAGA hat, even as a joke. These people, who is this? Who the fuck is this?
It's
Does anyone know who, what did he
thin.
do?
You literally look like that when you were thin.
What did he do? It's called look at season.
Hour out.
Anyway,
he lives
thing where he's making it, dude. You're
anything. And this,
I don't in here.
Sure, you're a fucking clown, and you deserved all the hate that you got. This could have been your redemption. Throw it.
All of the past show that
keep sorry.
Thank you.
Top comment of 100. He keeps
like, especially knowing how politically divided we are. Let's see how a grilled cheese sandwich.
Wow, dude, for real?
You can not like him all you want to. Like, yeah, I know I've seen the shit that he said flat out on multiple occasions, so he can't hide behind it was a one-off.
So, Rich straight up lied. None of that stuff was debunked because you can't debunk something that you admit to. You admitted to having those pictures, Rich. And Jay said that those pictures were in a folder with provocative images of adults having intercourse. How was that absolving you of something? When he said that it's even worse than we believed, because he confirmed the pictures are there. He said they aren't as bad as everybody says. Okay, that's 1 point for you. But then he follows it up by literally saying that there is gay porn in that same folder. Why are children's pictures in a folder with gay porn in it? You weren't absolved of shit. You lied, Rich. You lied.
Defend him. And people who, like, I guess, are voluntarily misunderstanding.
What the fuck? The fuck? Nah, Rich is absolutely full of shit.
Fun conversation and hang out.
Uh-oh.
Do is look around. And there's a million absolutely love and enjoy. You just have to.
What's he crying about now?
How do you stay positive when you get older and you see more things happening that are bad? I mean, here's the thing. For as many bad things that happen in life, okay, you have to see the forest for.
He's gonna say the forest for the trees. It's forest through the trees. You see the forest through the trees. Not the forest for the trees.
For the trees.
See?
You have to see the forest for the trees. What do I mean by that? You may just look and...
You don't even know what you mean by that because that's not what the saying is.
You just see bad. What you don't realize is that you're also surrounded by things that are very good. It's just that when you're surrounded by things that are bad, you tend to only see past the good things to only see the bad ones. Or maybe the bad ones block the view of the good ones, right? There's many
time to help people customize and save with
What
Liberty
the
Mutual.
actual fuck?
You just have to.
Why are there ads playing?
Focus on the good things you actually have. A lot of people, I feel, have problems doing that. When you turn on your TV and there's a million political
guys, this
shows
is the
that are,
cost of when
bad,
you're
bad,
an
bad,
important
bad, bad.
somebody.
And then when you
know,
turn on YouTube, bad,
this is what happens.
and there's a million this
Appreciate
guy on
you
this side.
for
Oh,
making
they
me go
suck. This
viral,
guy on this
though.
side. Oh, they suck. And that's all you're hearing because that's
It's
what
about
they
time
get
I
their
trend for
attention
something.
right? They get their attention for extreme panic mode content. That's what gets you to watch because you're scared.
Guys, this is the cost of when you're an important somebody.
You're hoping for a light at the end of the tunnel.
This is what happens.
There is no light at the end of the tunnel with those people because they don't benefit from the light at the end of the tunnel. They benefit from the constant panic, the constant doom and gloom. What you need to do.
Didn't you doom and gloom your way into a brand new $500 toy for your video game? I don't know how I'm gonna continue on like this, guys. The cables are just getting ruined.
Do is look around you for the good things in life. You know, around me, I have so many good things. Listen, guys, tonight we're having a 2-hour interactive chill stream. Can I tell you something? This means so much to me that at a moment when a lot of
it means so much to me that I could just do absolutely nothing and all of you morons still give me money. It's great, isn't it? I'm just so awesome.
Thanks. Appreciate you for making me go viral, though.
Hold up.
It's about time I trend for something. Hold up. I only went viral 1,000,000 times. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate that. Hello. Let me ask you, you say you like how I'm taking a BS. What's the difference between this and anything else?
You're hiding a child.
I start work Monday. I got a job, guys. Hey, how many people in here are black with a job?
No fucking way. No way.
Okay. You're a slave. Sorry to break it to you. You're a slave. I'll just say fuck the 6K subs. Fuck the support. And just go ahead and just, you know, go to work.
Bro, you have 6,000 subscribers. Let's say each one of those 6,000 subscribers pay you $2 a month. That's $12,000 you're just gonna throw away so you can go make minimum wage at Walmart. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. No fucking way, bro. No way.
Can I slide you a Lockheed application? Let me pass probation period first.
Presenting the award for Best Fighting Game, brought to you by Junk Food Arcades, is Low Tier God.
How did the sponsor allow him to be up there? Seriously.
Why do I hear boos? I hear a lot of boos. All right, let's step up the cheers. All right, this is a big surprise. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. So, ironically, I'm considered one of the worst fighting game streamers of all time. But I'm here to present the best fighting game streamer award. All right. Did you guys expect me to be here, or? What a big surprise. What a big surprise. So, your fighting game streamer of the Year award goes to, well, hold on, not yet. The nominees are Etoile, Hungry Box.
Dale knows all about the Hungry Boxes. Can I get one of those $5 value boxes, please? No pickles on my hamburger.
And Sajam. All right, drum rolls, please. All right. The suspense is killing me. Is it killing you? You know what? I do touch kids.
Wait, what? Oi. All right, let's watch this one. It was a social commentary. Nice.
So, I think I'm pretty smart despite that. I have 3.5 degrees.
I think I'm the opposite. So we'll go from there.
A bachelor's in mass communication, which is where the media expertise stems from. A master's in English education, which is where the writing and teaching comes from. And a master's in sociology, which is where the politics and philosophy comes from. I'm also ABD for my doctorate in sociology. ABD stands for all but dissertation, meaning that I finished all of my classes, passed all of my comprehensive exams, and all I need to do is write a dissertation to officially be Dr. FD Signifier. Something I'll do eventually, I just do not know when. Aside from the specific academics, I also have an extensive background in so many of the things I tend to talk about. I spent 10 years as a public school teacher in a variety of environments, from relatively rural spaces to black urban ones. I constantly worked in mentoring young men. I've worked in health policy and research. I grew up a huge rap nerd. My cousin Edie, who did the beat for the first Manosphere video, that right there, he was a DJ, and growing up, I spent most of my weekends from middle school in his mother's basement with several of my cousins, spinning records and having the mustiest hip hop debates you could imagine. I'm pointing all this out to say that for the most part, if I'm talking about something in a video from one of the main topics that I tend to talk about, I have some pretty solid credentials behind whatever it is I'm saying. And then there's Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard is an actor who's been around now, I think, for a minute. I feel like I first saw him in Dead Presidents, which was like...
I've heard a lot of things about Terrence Howard. I think he's a little bit of a loon. He might be a little bit of a nutcase.
The mid-90s hood classic. He was also in The Best Men early on in his career. That's like 98, 99, maybe 2000. Early in his career, he was what Prim's Hood Cinema would call an all-star, which, if I were to be so bold to define it explicitly, that's like a black actor who's mostly only famous to black people because they're mostly only seen in black media, and we have a lot of love for them, but they'll never fully get the real all-star.
No, the only black actor I could never recognize is this guy. Because to me, he looks like Luther Vandross. And every single time I see his face, that's what I think of. And I can never remember his name.
Status that they deserve. But that isn't the case for Terrence Howard, because in 2005, he starred in the movie that feels before its time in some ways. Specifically, it's a black movie made for white people by a white director, Hustle and Flow. I've never actually watched this movie because it always seemed off, right? Like, and it's
not a really good movie. If I can say as a white person, it's not a good movie. If it was made for me, it missed the mark. It's not. I found more validity in the movies that T.I. made than the movies that Terrence Howard made about the community that T.I. was a part of before he became famous. I believe T.I. when he says that he's from the South. I believe him.
You can tell there weren't enough niggas in the room when this is being like crafted. It may not be as bad as I think. Again, I haven't seen it, but his performance in that film brought him a lot of notoriety, and suddenly he wasn't just
Terrence Howard in that movie otherwise was actually very good. I can say that much.
Famous to black people anymore. He was famous to everybody. And what did Terrence Howard do with that fame?
Nothing.
He lost his goddamn mind.
Yep.
How can 1 × 1 = 1 be part of the multiplication table? It fails to satisfy the term multiply. It doesn't multiply.
You're right. It doesn't, because 1 times 1 is 1. Anything times 1 is 1 of itself. So if you have 1 apple, it's 1 times apple. If you have 2 apples, now you have 2 times apple. You see? But you can't multiply 1 apple and make 2 apples. If you multiply 1 apple, you still just have 1 apple. It will never be 2 apples. But if you have 2 apples, you can have 4 apples. Make it make sense.
You don't get any flower to grow unless you throw some shit on it. 1.41421356223733095. I was given not just the one, I was given the entire electric field and magnetic field and the constitution between them. I've made some discoveries in my own personal life with the science that Pythagoras was searching for. I was able to open up the flower of life properly and find the real wave conjugations that we've been looking for 10,000 years. I've been able to rebuild Saturn without gravity.
It's funny because I didn't know.
Okay, so let me say, I believe that maybe Terrence Howard took some drugs that he wasn't ready for, and it fucked his brain. It made him go smooth derpy dirt.
Terrence was out here bad like this. Like, dude seems to have been wilding for years, and it just didn't get a lot of attention until he popped up on Joe Rogan's podcast a little while ago. Back in 2013, he was telling people he got his doctorate from South Carolina State University in chemical engineering. That university doesn't even have a doctorate in chemical engineering. They did give him an honorary doctorate after he spoke at their graduation. Bro must think those are legit. I don't know how. I don't know. And somehow, maybe because he was just an actor interested in the sciences, he got invited to speak at Oxford University, where he rambled nonsense for around an hour, and then somehow also managed to connect to Neil deGrasse Tyson and send him more of his theories and rambling, to which Neil covered the paper in red ink and said, "Don't send me any more of this nonsense." Quick editing bay aside, Neil deGrasse Tyson actually responded to Terrence Howard's claims or complaints about him on the Joe Rogan podcast. Here's a quick clip of a highlight, and I'll put it in the description.
As only one light source, we actually see two lights. A light meter will show twice the intensity of light. This is false.
He attacked it with such vitriol.
Maybe that's too blunt? What else should I say? I'm a scientist. That's what I would tell a colleague. A colleague would then say, "Would thank you," and then we go out for beer after.
Yeah,
that's how that works.
"No, this is fucking stupid."
I reached out to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Told him it was controversial, and I sent him over that 36-page thing that had the wave conjugations in it, but I started it off with 1 × 1 = 2. And he went in on my treatise, wrote, redlined everything.
There's a lot more wild shit bro's been up to for the last decade while black folks weren't paying attention. We were just appreciating him for his time on Empire, I guess. Either way, this brings up a topic that I've grazed over, but I haven't talked about explicitly in any content, which is a concept I like to call pseudo-intellectual Negro nonsense, or maybe PIN for short. I don't know. I put the Negro in there, by the way, for a reason, but in truth, this is not a racialized concept. Every race, culture throughout history has probably had...
Oh my God. For every smart thing Jordan Peterson says, he says like 60 stupid fucking things, bro. Jordan Peterson is good if you are a insecure man looking for a intellectual male to talk to you about male's issues. But outside of that, he's just a psychiatric nurse. He's a therapist, sorry.
A Terrence Howard or two, a self-absorbed, self-righteous know-it-all who's just smart enough to sound like they know what they're talking about, but inherently anti-intellectual, because to them, intelligence is more about performance and social status than actual pursuit of knowledge. For black folks in particular,
bro, he hit the fucking nail on the head. You're right. It's performative. It's performative intellectualism. They're not actually smart, but they know how to hit the talking points to make it seem like they are. 100% this guy is right.
Though it does feel like there's a different flavor to it. The imagery of the slick talking charismatic preacher, the hoteps on the corner, the uncles in the barbershop that will talk really loudly and confidently about shit they've never actually learned anything about. Pseudo-intellectual Negro nonsense is a tradition among black culture, probably going back to Africa. I don't know, actually. But if I were a pseudo-intellectual Negro, I'd probably try to make that seem like it was completely legit. I just say it with implicit confidence as if I knew it to be true, despite not having any real knowledge or support for that idea or have done any research on it. But It's not just a willingness to present half-baked theories as factual that makes one a pseudo-intellectual. If I'm fair, everyone is prone to talking out their ass every once in a while. Even legitimate intellectuals and academics start out with theories and hypotheses and work their way back to legitimate knowledge. The real key to the pseudo-intellectual Negro is the expressly unscientific way that they respond to information that contradicts what they think is true. For example, let's hear how Terrence Howard responds to actual studied, credentialed, and legitimate scientists rejecting his goofy ass ideas that 1 × 1 somehow equals 2.
Is equal to 2 pounds, but it's 1 pound squared, which doesn't make any sense because you've got a squared unit.
Squared, 1 pound squared. You can you divide pounds? Can you divide money? If you can divide it, you can multiply it. What, a pound times a pound? What, a pound squared? 2 pounds? That 2 pound, 1 squared? Well, you know, it's funny. I actually patented 1 squared. All these things that I showed you guys, I've patented all these things. You know why I patented them? Because in 1926, a man named Walter Russell, he didn't patent it. He didn't copyright it. So I copywrote all these things and patented all these things before bringing them to you. They are true, and I think there's some value to them. I don't know why I said that.
This is the true difference between the actual intellectual and the pseudo-intellectual. The pseudo-intellectual thinks they're smarter than the room. The actual intellectual knows that they're not. Through all that schooling and experience that I've had that I talked about earlier, one thing I've learned is how little I've actually learned. How many more people have read and done more than I have.
I'm so goddamn... Bro, okay, so I'm so fucking stupid even to compare to somebody that can build a house. I can't. I can do a plethora of other things, but I can't build a house. And I don't pretend, right? Like, one wood divided in half is now 2 separate pieces of wood entirely. You get 50%, bro.
Fast the world actually is, and how, despite my credentials and everything I've done, it's only a fraction of the knowable universe on any given topic. So when I'm faced with pushback on knowledge that I think I have, unless I know that I know that I know what I'm saying is correct, like unless I just read that shit before having that conversation, instinctually I do a mental check through every bit of information, experience, every book or text or report that I've ever came across before exerting the factuality of what I'm saying. And even then, I also open myself up to being corrected, that maybe even I misinterpreted something that I read. On the flip side, what Terrence did here is the mark of a true pseudo-intellectual. He used circular logic to try to simply assert that he was right just because. And then when he began to falter on how he could possibly prove that he was correct in the face of someone with obviously more information, he pivoted to a different topic. And to be honest, this is actually like best case scenario with these types of guys. It can be much, much worse. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's been in a conversation with these types of people and like they don't even have the shame to feel insecure about how wrong they are about something. Sometimes they'll just revert to, you don't understand, or you're too blind to see the truth. You need to open up your mind. And I'm immediately reverting to Hotep voice. And like, it's not just Hoteps, but I'm just saying, if you're like me, that's what this has always sounded like. I've had 11 o'clock at night debates about why the earth isn't flat with people I don't talk too much these days, which is sad because it's like, it's family, but that's a whole other conversation. That's the real scourge of pseudo-intellectuals, the immense levels of confidence they can often have in something that is blatantly incorrect. And therein lies, I think, the most interesting insight into these types of people. When it comes to the Terrence Howards, the Kanyes, the Cat Williamses, and other similar figures, specifically in black spaces here, but also universally, the biggest aspect of...
No, I gotta disagree with Cat Williams. A lot of what Cat Williams said sounded ridiculous at the beginning, but is now being proven true. You know the weirder fucking thing? A lot of what Orlando Brown, I think his name was, the dude that was on, That's So Raven, he went nuts. And then magically, out of nowhere, popped back up saying that Diddy was trafficking people and that he was assaulting people. Come to find out, Diddy has been tracking and trafficking and assaulting people. What is it? allegedly.
Of their persona is the confidence and unwillingness that they have to even appear wrong, to even introduce the idea that they aren't absolute authority on whatever it is they're talking about. It's the social currency of being smart versus the actual value of it. So these dudes will say absolutely ridiculous things with a straight face, and they look at you like you're dumb for questioning them.
When you hear about slavery for 400 years, for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. What the f does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
That's not about actual intelligence. It's about persona. It's about ego. But an even bigger problem, though, lies in how we respond to this, how a lot of us are unwilling to be critical of these people just because they have been successful and they speak with such confidence. We presume that they can't both be idiots and really good at comedy or music or football or something. We want to stretch their status from one particular venue across every possible venue because they're the way that they are. Kyrie Irving is one of the most skilled basketball players of his era, so we will allow him to be a public smart dumb nigga, and folks will get mad at you for saying, no, in this one case, he shouldn't shut up and dribble, but maybe like quietly mumble to himself and then dribble. Right? Perfect example is that Cat Williams interview, because not only did Cat Williams get on there and say some wild shit that people just kind of glossed over because he said mean things about other comedians, it also somehow elevated Shannon Sharpe to the status of like expert interviewer. And this is wrong because Shannon Sharpe is dumb.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, it's hard to watch these interviews sometimes because he's often so bad at his job.
And then she got in her car and sped off. Now I'm sitting here like head spinning, but now I can't spend any time at the cemetery because I'm worried she's going back to tell my stepdad and my other brother Gary's at the gravesite. I thought they was about to come in to pick up guns a-blazing. Right. So I was like, and I mean literally guns a-blazing. So I was like, I had a dip. So that's the last time I talked to her or seen her or anything.
Let me ask you this. How different is dating interracially when you first started doing it?
Do your segue?
You like that?
That's top tier right there.
But one area where Shannon Sharpe is not dumb is sports. He's a good sports commentator, or at least an entertaining one. He's also an NFL Hall of Famer and a two-time Super Bowl champion. He's in his 50s, but he still seems to be in amazing shape, and he has a unique speaking voice. It doesn't get much better than that for a resume for sports, but there seems to be something in us, like not.
I think he could transition from sports to entertainment, but I don't think he can go from sports to politics.
Just black people, but everyone, where it's like, you're so good at this one thing, surely we should love and expect greatness from you in all these other areas, and we shouldn't.
Mom is white. Dad
my mother is not white.
Is your
Why
mom?
do people keep saying my mother is white?
She's West Indian, so.
She is a black woman from Grenada, which is a black island.
She married a white man.
No, she did not.
And I can say the same thing about Joe Rogan, who platformed Terrence Howard, leading to this video in the first place, and was platformed many a weirdo and kook, and allowed them to spurt nonsense to his vast audience while he just sits back and says, wow. Of course, Donald Trump is literally running for president. And those folks bring me to probably the most important thing that I want to get across, is that the existence of these pseudo-intellectuals and these sideshows that we center in important discourses is indicative of a bigger problem. I've actually done a decent amount of research on this topic, on why people navigate to conspiratorial thinking and the beliefs and attitudes that will usually get you on a Joe Rogan podcast. And while it may seem comforting to us to say that all these people are stupid and mentally unwell, and by the way, like, we got to get out the habit of like referring to these types of folks as insert psychological disorder here, because those psychological disorders like narcissism and sociopathy, psychopathy, etc., don't necessarily make a person bad or behave like this. These are just assholes, right? It's two different things. But even beyond that, the research tells us a different story on why these people behave the way they do. Here's a quote from a Psychology Today article on the topic. The researchers found that overall, people were motivated to believe in conspiracy theories by a need to understand and feel safe in their environment, and a need to feel like the community they identify with is superior to others. And this is a common finding in research on this topic. People don't wander into this type of thinking purely based on misinformation or a lack of intelligence. It's because they desire a need to feel safe and feel esteemed. This is also an explanation on why some of the most ardent followers.
But no. People don't believe conspiracy to feel comfortable in their community. I don't believe that there are aliens out there because I'm uncomfortable with the community around me, bro. I don't. I believe in aliens because it's the most logical answer to if there are aliens. Yes, there has to be. If life happened once in the universe is infinitely is like an infinite expanse, there has to be two of something in infinity. I'm sorry, there has to be. There has to be a second thing, a second miraculous miracle, if you will, in that infinite, God damn, why can I not talk? In that infinite possibility of everything, there has to be a second form of life somewhere. There has to be. There has to be.
Of conspiracy thinking tend to be those marginalized by society, those for whom the systems that we are expected to trust and believe in consistently fail. Some of my most difficult experience with this type of thinking and this type of energy came in my career as a social worker, dealing with young people for whom so many systems, schools, police, the courts, and their own parents at times failed them in magnificent ways. So to them, it makes more sense to believe in a wild conspiracy theory to explain the things they're going through than it makes sense to believe another adult in a suit or a uniform trying to tell them what to do when their experience tells them that whatever's coming out that person's mouth is probably bullshit. In many ways, the wild stuff we're seeing erupting in our media, especially on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube, are a direct response to the persistent instability of our social order. And of course, if you ask me, it's a response to the chaos that is late-stage capitalism in the West. And we need to keep that in mind as we are critical of this behavior. It's easy and fun to make fun of Terrence Howard and Joe Rogan and Kanye West, but we have to remember that this anti-establishment resentment beliefs that they have are a product of how untrustworthy and harmful the establishment has actually been. So this video talked a lot about people being, well, dumb. They sound smart, they use smart words, and they aren't unintelligent, they just don't know what the they're talking about. You might ask how this happens. Well, a major reason for this that I haven't touched on yet is that sometimes if you're the smartest person in your group or media bubble, then you can sometimes get too comfortable in the value of your own knowledge. You lack the perspective or maybe even the access to ideas and information that contradicts what you think you know. To be honest, our modern information age is somewhat designed to make this happen, which is why I'm happy to work with a company like Ground News. Ground News is the independent news aggregator site that explicitly is designed to develop better critical thinking people. For example, it warns of the great you essentially news while supporting this, so that what you're getting is that over 50%, but it does headlines their blind spot. For example, these types of plagues using my link % off unlimited access to their app, website, and newsletters for just $5 a month. So sign up today and help support an independent platform working to make the media landscape more transparent. I'm FD Signifier, and this has been Light Work.
Nice. That was very informative. I really wish I could watch Neil deGrasse Tyson videos, but I don't know if his stuff is copywritten. I watched a Thoughty 2 video, and my shit got shut down. My channel got a strike and everything, so I don't know. I would rather not chance it, if I'm being honest. All right, let's check this out.
Stuff and weird stuff is going on. I'm gonna dust it in a second, but yeah,
bro, he still hasn't started playing the game.
People have hundreds of them. Like, why do you have hundreds of amiibos? Right? Like, why do you have hundreds of Funko Pops? What's the point of them? Why do you have hundreds of amiibos?
What happened? Did the PC break?
Change. It's like, right? But in 10 years, look how everything changed. Let's see here about this stuff, because to me, I feel like what my job is, okay, is that as a video game streamer, as a podcaster, because I am a podcaster, he actually just goes like this with his fist. He goes, fight, fight, fight. And then he allows the human shield group of Secret Service to take him away off the stage. Now, chaos ensues because no one knows what the hell is going on. Police are swarming the stage. They're swarming the area. More footage started hitting the internet on social. Now allows, goes like piece of blood. Usually, folks, of course, the secret going on. There's a crowded rally. Media acts as to do is Pennsylvania afternoon. Attempted assassination of former President Trump. Still stream tonight, where we're just gonna hang out. I'm gonna instead of a good job now and concentrate. That Valley is, even though it is a chill game going on right now in real life events. I was like, how on earth am I going to do a chill stream of Stardew Valley, trying to talk with you guys and concentrate? The thing about Stardew Valley is, even though it is a chill game, don't get me wrong, it takes a lot of attention. Like, there's so much going on. You're micromanaging a million things at once. There is no way I'm going to be able to do that and actually talk with you guys about everything going on right now and concentrate and do any kind of a good job juggling that. All right? So what I decided,
let's see how good of a job he did.
That, we're just going to do a late night chill stream tonight where we're just going to hang out. I'm going to talk about whatever, although I think I know exactly what we're going to be talking about for a lot of it, right?
Because you're a Republican and you want to talk about it.
Collect, I guess. I don't know. All right, hold on one second.
You made $30.
Second. I just paused the recording. That is really dirty. I never look over there, and that unit is completely covered in dust. Hold on one second.
And then he wonders why his equipment stops working.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't know anything about Crispin Glow. I think that's the only movie I've ever seen him in is the Back to the Future trilogy. I don't think I've ever seen him in any other movies, so I don't know who else he played or what else he did outside of them. So I don't know. I don't really have an opinion. He was in the first one, not in the second one. He sued them for using his likeness in the second one. Oh, that's right, because it was supposed to be him in the future, and they got a guy who sounded and looked like him, and they caked him in old makeup to act like it was the old version, but they never actually showed him as a young guy in the second movie.
Bro, I don't even know. I just got back onto this stream. I don't even know what the fuck he's doing. Why isn't he playing the game? Did he really use the shit going on with Trump to say, I don't want to play a video game? Bro, why can't you talk and play a video game at the same time? Can you not walk and talk at the same time? I think his motor functions are actually failing. I think it's actually failing him. But he was talking about it. Bro, we know that chewing bubblegum takes all the mental capability that one might possess. Bro, I don't know about that, bro. Come on, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on here?
I liked Under Siege. Actually, I like both. Under Siege 1 and Under Siege 2 Dark Territory. I think they're both good movies, actually. The head of the Secret Service.
Yeah, see, he talked about it right here.
And fired, and it's like, so of course you got to read all that nonsense, and you're like, why can't people?
Why couldn't you talk about this and play a video game at the same time? I'm literally playing Elden Ring right now. So you're telling me, right, that you can't click buttons and talk about politics at the same time? Oh yeah, I forgot. Here, let me switch over. Sorry, guys. We're just playing games today. Oh, look, over there. Yay. Oh, what's down there? Oh, what did I do? I didn't know falling down an empty hole would kill me. Did you guys know that? Man, FromSoft is bullshit. Their mechanics are garbage. Bro. Bro, like, this game sucks so bad. Look, I can't even fly. I'm not padding out the timing of the game, guys. I'm trying to get to that other side over there. You see down there, right down there, where it's obviously just a part of the scenery and I'm not supposed to be there? I need to get there. This is seriously how he plays fucking games. And I can't stand it. And he does look like Steven Seagal. So does one DarkSydeDrill. He pretends to be Italian all the time.
It's my carpal tunnel. It's coming in pretty nicely. If I could use it for an excuse a few more times, that would be great. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's go around. It's probably not the way to go. Chat's telling me this is probably not the way to go. Oh, I see. You're supposed to go down there. Right here?
Oh, it looks like you can land there. He did that multiple times, bro. Okay, the bit's run its course.
Just for once. For one in the next stream, I'm pretty sure he doesn't seem anywhere as hard as Melania. He doesn't, to me. Like, at all. So...
Bro got his ass kicked. His ass absolutely kicked by Radon for an hour straight. An hour straight.
Did I watch Godzilla X Kong? It's on Max. I watched the original Godzilla X Kong from years ago.
Oh, for real?
But I didn't watch the new one, no.
I'm gonna need you to contribute to the stream.
Popco, Funko Fusion is a full game. It's $50.
I'm just
sorry, not on Game Pass or
I
anything.
hate,
Shit.
I
don't
hate
know
the
about
way
that
he
then.
conducts his fucking shit, bro.
Peebo Shart has done a super chat. Steven Seagal once claimed he couldn't be choked out. A stunt choreographer, martial artist put him in a headlock. He quickly passed out and went number 2. Nice. He even proved himself. That's cool.
He did. He did. Steven Seagal is like one of the biggest liars. Oh, bro. Bro, I wonder if we could do that. Maybe on the next morning stream, we'll watch the episode of JonTron. Who's that one guy that went into bankruptcy like 3 times supporting Phil? This fucking guy, bro.
Will Sea of Stars ever make a comeback?
I want him just one time. One singular time to be like, are you guys gonna pay for it? If not, then no. Because, I mean, he says that anyway. Just be upfront about it. Tell the truth about it. Oh, shit. Wrong button.
Good for him.
Phil, you make me angry,
The boss
Phil.
compared to Melania, he doesn't. Like, this boss has 1 energy bar, and basically he doesn't self-heal. So, because he's not self-healing, yeah, you'll make a mistake and die, but it's not like, oh, not only did you make a mistake, he got all his health back, you're resetting the fight. You know? I don't think he's nearly as hard as Melania. Just being honest, I don't think so.
Oh,
I'm
I
doing
got
a
my
horror
ass
game marathon
blown
in
up.
October. I'm going to do a Halloween marathon like I usually do. And this year, hopefully I don't catch COVID like I did
Wow.
last year. I have a whole deluxe problem.
Bro, you didn't catch COVID on Halloween. You got a cold. You got a cold and were sick for like 3 days. You did not catch COVID.
Probably, arguably, best costume I've ever had for a Halloween marathon, and I didn't get to wear it last year because I was so sick. So I would definitely like to do that for you guys. What
Bro,
would the
you
games be?
did
That's up to
not
you. It
have
could be a bunch of
COVID.
horror games, or it could be other stuff. I let you guys determine what games I played during the Halloween marathon. Double M says, seeing you fight that final boss, I can
Oh,
guarantee.
wow.
I don't think he meant to say that. I think he meant to say guarantee. You will do it. You just have to get better at dodging Mikola's Holy Light attack. Yeah, like the second phase, there's extra attacks I don't know yet. Like, I don't even know what they are. Once I figure out what they are and I get around them, it's not going to be a big deal. That's a fair boss, a fun one. I don't know why people freaked out at it. I don't think it's going to take me that long.
Nobody freaked out at it, dude. You got your ass kicked for an hour straight, bro. An hour fucking straight. An hour straight.
It's a fun boss. I don't know why people complained about it.
Nobody complained about it. Everybody absolutely fucking loves it. They're just saying, hey, this is really fucking hard. Nobody's saying, oh, this sucks. The only people saying it sucked haven't even beaten fucking the divine beast yet. Haven't even gotten past the fucking tree sentinel.
We'll see if Stars ever have a comeback. It's a possibility. Yes, it's a possibility.
Are you gonna pay me?
I absolutely guarantee you I will come back to it at some point and play it. Whether it's this month, whether it's next month, whether it's this year, and whether it's next year, I don't know. I absolutely liked Sea of Stars so much, I want to go back and continue the game.
No, you didn't. You
Jay
hated it.
Stan, how are you? Good evening, man. Good evening, Jay Stan. Good to have you here. Everyone chilling and having a good time with each other tonight, just enjoying each other's company. Nothing too serious here tonight.
Shit
at all
balls.
on stream.
Wow.
Just a hangout session. Am I going to do a feasting with Phil video for the Cheez-It taco at Taco Bell? No, that sounds revolting. You're thinking of me when I used to do DSP tries ages ago, and I used to eat every piece of crappy fast food that came out. I stopped doing that many years ago. Number one, for my own health, and number two, because it was costing more money to buy the food than the money I would make on the videos. I said, no, I will.
You were making thousands and thousands of dollars on those videos, Phil. Thousands. What the fuck do you mean? A crunch wrap is gonna... A crunch wrap is more than $1,000? Yeah, he doesn't want to. There's a lot of things he could do. But one thing that gets me is, during his deposition, when he was under oath, he said that he provided a itemized receipt of $5,000 worth of business expenses a month. Where is that money? You can't even afford to purchase a computer. But if you're setting aside $5,000 a month for business expenses, you should have hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in that account to buy a PC for your business. Where's all that money? You said you were using it for business expense. Your mortgage is not a business expense. Your vehicle isn't a business expense. The only things you can write off is the room, the electricity used, and probably the internet. Or your business line. Yeah, he lied. He lied. It's like, you don't have $5,000 worth of business expenses and are incapable of purchasing a brand new high-end PC. You should have the top of the line everything. If every single month, this isn't quarterly, this isn't bi-monthly, this isn't bi-yearly, this is every single month you're spending $5K on your business, and you've been using the same decorations for 10 years. Exactly. But he owns his house, or has a mortgage, owns his vehicle, I meant to say. It doesn't make sense. Where's the $5,000 in business expenses? You're not putting it into the house because you have a busted garage door or some shit like that, a busted fucking garbage disposal. You have mold growing in your walls. You can't even pay your garbage bill and take the trash to the curb. Where's all the money? I don't understand how nobody's looked at his finances and said this motherfucker is lying. If he makes 10K a month, which he makes about 10K a month, where is it all going? But he can't afford to buy groceries and buy a video game in the same week. I make like a third of what he does. And I bought all of my equipment in the same month. Cost less than $1,000. My PC was the most expensive thing. And it was $600. I got one that was strong enough to stream at 1080p, and that's all I needed. I bought my mic. I bought 2 monitors. And if you add my PlayStation 5, I still spent like $400 more than you spent on Street Fighter. I don't know how this guy functions. $10,000 and has to beg for pennies on the fucking internet. $120,000 a year. Almost, what, $5 million over his entire career. And he has nothing to show for, or $2.5 some odd million, and he has nothing to show for it.
We'll stop doing that.
I don't get it.
And so, yeah, I have no plans on eating a disgusting Cheez-It taco. That sounds nasty. What microphone do I use?
Bro, his microphone is a decade old. And it's caked. And I'm talking about, like, thin, thick, or, I'm talking about very thick, noticeable layers of dust on his microphone. You can see it. He showed a picture of his microphone when he was, changing out his fucking, fight stick. And that thing was brown from dirt. Bro, he cleaned it. It was so disgusting.
It's the
for real
Audio Technica. It's an Audio Technica mic. I don't see a model on it. It's about a decade old. I want to say I got it 2015. I think in 2015 is when I upgraded my whole audio setup. But it's a professional studio mic. With a pop guard, you know, the tripod arm, and it goes into a Scarlett, Focusrite Scarlett receiver box here. That then converts the audio from the...
He was like, I'm sick and tired of all the bubble juice. It's getting everything all sticky.
It's literally soap and water.
The professional studio quality mic into USB, and it goes into my computer, and that's how I do my audio. No, it is not like a Yeti. It is not one of the USB mics that are very common. No, it's not.
I have a Yeti Nano. It cost $98.
Would I ever do replays of the Kingdom Hearts games? Only if there was a reason to. I already did full playthroughs of the HD versions on PS3. I don't see a reason to play those again. Unless there's a demand for anniversary purposes or something in the future. Maybe they come out with a collection later on a current console that redoes the graphics. Maybe then. But no, I don't foresee myself going back and replaying them now. I don't think so.
Exactly. I don't think he really knows what anything means. No.
Calais just did a super chat saying, what games am I looking forward to? Probably Black Myth Wukong, probably Star Wars Outlaws. Probably the new Call of Duty, solely on the fact that, number one, I'm going to be playing it.
The new Call of Duty is gonna be free. I'm not gonna have to buy it, so all the money I make for it is just gonna be free money. I have no investment in it, so I'm just gonna be extremely happy.
On my new setup, which now is going to include 120 hertz variable refresh rate, it's actually going to be the highest frame rate Call of Duty ever. It may run at 120 frames on my Xbox Series X. Just on that sake, I want to play it. Like, I don't even know if the game will be good, but to finally say I can experience a game that's like top of the line graphics that I never would have gotten before, just on that basis, I'm very interested in playing it. But, you know, outside of that, I'm sure there's more games by the end of the year, like, for example, the new Dragon Age, but it doesn't have a date. You know, it's really hard to say right now exactly what all the games are that are good for between now and the end of the year. In a lot of cases, with these big releases, you just got to be apprehensive. You just have to be like very laid back about getting hyped because so many AAA games have been disappointing recently. It doesn't make sense to get hyped for them.
Yeah,
when a lot of them have come out and just fizzled out and not been very good, right? So that's kind of the approach I'm taking: is don't go crazy, don't get overhyped for anything.
Honestly, I'm just learning about this stuff too. When I got my what the fuck? When I got my monitors, I had to actually ask them, hey, what's the difference? And to this day, I still honestly don't know what's the difference. But I know if you have a 60 hertz monitor, that your frame rate will be locked at whatever the refresh rate is on the monitor, which usually means, like, it's capped at 60 frames if it's 60 hertz, right? Oh, for sure I have not. I just got this PC and I had to ask the dudes over in the Discord how to actually set it up, because when I bought it, it didn't have enough RAM to play video games. So I needed to buy some more RAM. So I bought two 16 gigabyte SATA RAM sticks or whatever the fuck it is. I asked them, hey, how do you actually do this? They explained it to me. I took it apart. I put it together. And I've been playing Street Fighter on it almost exclusively. So, it's pretty cool. Oh, are they? That's good. Oh. Oh. See, the monitor that I use for gaming, which is an Ultra Gear monitor, it has the V-Sync on it. So should I turn that off? Well, I mainly only play like Street Fighter on my PC. I also play Battlefront 2, the Star Wars game. Batman, I usually only use it when I like go places. So, I mean, I'll probably just leave it as it is. But yeah. I mean, I'm not too tech literate, but then again, I don't run a channel called Review Tech USA, so bada boom, bada bing.
Hellion, you have a good night. I have no interest in Flintlock, no. I'm playing Elden Ring and about to beat it. I have no desire to play a third-rate Souls Light game on Game Pass, so that's going to be a skip for me. Okay. So, guys, we still got about a half an hour left, but you guys are really slowing down here tonight with what you're saying here. So I don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm here for Q&A and a hangout with you guys. I've never been go-kart racing. No, I have not. Sadly.
Oh, man, I remember. So, my sister and I, her boyfriend and my friend Max, we all went to what was it? It was a park. Fuck. You could play like mini golf. There were rides. It was an amusement park. Oh my fucking god, I'm retarded. But anyway, we went to the amusement park, and my sister and we went to the go-karts, right? She was going around the corner, and I had the shot, bro. I went straight, and I clipped her. She went into the wall, and I went around the corner, and I got first. It was one of my favorite memories, bro. Oh my god. He knows less than Phil, I think.
Once, when I was out somewhere with Rambo and I don't remember if it was Rambo or Howard or Rambo and OJ. It might have been Rambo and OJ. We were at an event. Like I think we were at like a convention or something. And while we were out one night, we ran into an arcade / go-karts place. And it was Howard. I know it was Howard now. And that was when my back injury was at its worst. So basically, when I was walking around, my back either had shooting pain or numbness. And I was basically not supposed to take any chances with my back, because at any moment, if I re-injured or further injured my herniated disc, it could actually cause it to rupture or for me to lose bodily function control. I know that sounds scary because it really is. So I didn't take chances. So they went on the go-karts. I would have loved to go on the go-karts, but they went, and I just kind of stood by and watched and recorded a little bit because I wasn't really able to.
Honestly, it sounds like Phil has a genuine motor function issue. He can't drive a go-kart, but can drive an actual car? You can't drive a go-kart because you lose all bodily function. But you can't drive a go-kart? But you can drive a car? You can't ride a bike, but you can drive a car. We've seen him driving a car. I'm so fucking flabbergasted. How do you drive a car, something with the potential to kill somebody, but you can't drive a go-kart? But then why can he drive a car? Cars have they pretty much have the same type of seats.
Because of the
at least the one I went to had the car seats in them.
What's up, Venom Snake? Good evening.
I still can't believe I was like, it was a park. What was the name of the park? It's literally a fucking amusement park. I feel so stupid.
We're watching the season of Dragon Ball called Dragon Ball Daima this October. No.
I will be watching Dragon Ball Daima. I am so excited. Part of me is wondering if this is where they're going to introduce Super Saiyan 4. I don't know. But I'm excited, and I want to watch it because I love Dragon Ball. I've loved Dragon Ball since I was a 10-year-old child.
Absolutely not. Couldn't care less about that. Thoughts on President Ronald Reagan? I don't know because I was too young when he was president. I don't really know much about what he did when he was president. I can't answer that.
Which one? Are you talking about the one where he claims that everybody got searched for marijuana, but everybody knows that he narked on people for smoking marijuana? Everybody knows he narked.
No, right now, well, first of all, Calais is asking, do I have any plans for special streams coming up? Maybe particularly around the holidays. We have a special stream coming up in 2 weeks. It's called DSP's Digital Summer Party, or DSP's DSP. Okay? I actually have art for it, too. It's going to be a summertime marathon event where all day we're going to do a variety of content, including possibly like a tier maker of summertime events or foods or something like that. We're probably going to do a little bit of Stardew Valley. Maybe we'll do a little bit of Street Fighter. Maybe we're going to do some of the Nintendo World Championships challenge game, where just challenge runs of classic games, and then people could like vote in the chat. Will Phil complete this challenge? Yes or no? And they can kind of like, you know, try to predict what's going to happen. There's going to be food and booze. It should be a good time. That's in 2 weeks from today, marathon here on DSP Gaming. Outside of that, I always do a marathon in October, okay? And I always do a marathon in December. The October marathon is the Halloween marathon. If I can do it actually on Halloween, I'll do it. Sometimes I can't, depending on scheduling. But basically, the Halloween marathon is me doing a bunch of horror-themed games or games that my audience nominates. And then me wearing a costume and maybe having some special food and stuff that day. It's kind of a fun, festive day. The Christmas marathon is kind of similar. I have a ton of Christmas sweaters and shirts that I'll alternate during the course of the day. Well, I have like a Christmas hats on and stuff, and I'll drink, and we'll sometimes play Christmas-themed games or Christmas-themed stuff that day. Sometimes I have a traditional Christmas food from an international country, and I'll try it as like a, you know, as a special taste test on the stream. So yes, I do those holiday-themed things in October and December of every year.
Huh?
What is a video or series everyone seems to love, but I'm not a fan of? See, here's the thing. There's a lot of things everyone seems to love and fanboy about, but I don't watch them mostly. You know, every once in a while I watch, like, for example, The Boys. For years and years, people said The Boys was so ridiculously good, I got to check it out. I'm really missing out. So then I finally went and watched it, and I thought the first 2 seasons were actually really good. Like, I thought season 1 and 2.
But bro, you didn't watch them. You watched like 1 or 2 episodes and then just like, I can't watch the rest. Yeah, I have Discord. It's Darth Ames.
2 was like really well done. I really liked the show. And then I got into season 3 and I was like, this is just okay, not great. And I think season 4 is just like dog duty. I really don't like season 4. I think it's...
He watched 2 episodes of season 1, 1 episode of season 2, half an episode of season 3, and completely forgone season 4.
Awful. So, in that regard, that's one that I think started good and isn't as good now. But for the most part, like I said, all these shows that go viral or whatever, I usually don't end up watching them, or at least right away. So it's hard for me to like watch and disagree when I don't really jump on the pop culture stuff all the time, right? Gage says, we see Star Wars Outlaws, you can play bad or good. I don't know. Star Wars games are not very good so far. Yeah, it's a shame. Star Wars games for a while were quite good. And I'd argue, yeah, we've had duds. Like, first we had Star Wars Jedi Survivor last year that ran like shit at launch. There was entire choppy, unplayable parts of the game. And they never patched it to fix it. I played it like a month later. It was still bad. And then this year we had the Star Wars Battlefront Collection. And that was a broken, unfinished mess when it released. So I hear you. That's 2 in a row, 2 shitty Star Wars games. I hope we don't have 3 shitty Star Wars games. I guess we'll have to see.
Honestly, I don't know. He keeps switching subjects and doesn't give any real well thought out explanations for anything.
No, Matthew, I guess there's no updates on Dark Pictures games yet. I haven't heard anything. I don't know if you have, but I haven't heard anything.
Press the wrong thing.
What are 2 of my 2 favorite horror classic cult movies I would watch around Halloween?
Ooh, good question. Throughout all the years, I would have to say top of the list is the first Jeepers Creepers movie. Well, that movie always has scared the shit out of me. I think a random creature coming from nowhere and then just spawning and starting to eat people and then magically vanishing. It's to me, it's kind of that. Okay, yeah, that could be considered scary to me. No, I think it might be. I'm not sure. Hold on, let me check. Because I have it over here on a different tab. It's just 1A. It has the original Batman with the wide ears on it. You've seen no horror movies? I don't really like body mutilation horror. So I think most people should stay away from that. Like Saw or Hostel, I don't like those types of movies. I think they're perverse, honestly. Oh no. What? What happened? Oh shit. Let me see what happened. Why isn't it clicking over? Do your job. What the figgity fuck?
Well, last year, I actually decided to watch a bunch of horror movies and review them for the Halloween season. And I ended up watching 2 Saw movies. Or not, excuse me. 2 Scream movies. Not the Saw movies. The 2 latest Scream movies, which neither of which I had seen. And I actually watched the Halloween trilogy reboot. And so I reviewed those, and those were fun. I would like to keep that tradition alive. Now, the question is, what should I watch around this Halloween? It could be like 5 unrelated movies. It could be all related movies. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I want to watch, but I would like to watch and maybe do some reviews on my React channel. I guess probably around September is when I should start asking people about what kind of movies I should watch and do reviews of, right? Excuse me.
Here you go. This
I see
is
the $2
what it
tip
is.
for an anonymous tipper. Is I see you're doing an impromptu stream tonight. How's it going? Has this all been about current events, or is there happier stuff too? When will Riven return? Your thoughts on everything? Yeah, we basically I think we're done talking about it. Like we talked about it for a good part of the first hour. And I think we just got it out of our systems. So we really, I don't think we've even brought it up at all in the second half, right? So that's good. You want my thoughts? You can hit rewind on the stream, or it's going to be a video upload later. And you can get them that way rather than me reiterate and repeat myself. Will I play Until Dawn on PS5? No, I don't see the reason why. It's the same exact game. I don't think I should replay it. I don't think it's going to be that interesting. Thoughts on Breaking Bad? Loved it. Loved Breaking Bad. That was a show where, from beginning to end, I don't think I disliked it. I liked where the show went with different theming and stuff. It wasn't a show that felt like it overstayed its welcome near the end, like a lot of shows do. Compare that with, say, Dexter, where Dexter started off really strong, and then maybe 3-4 seasons in, it felt like it should have been ending and over. But then it continued, and the later season...
I'm done. I'm tapping. Alright, guys. So, for tonight's stream, that's gonna be it. I'll probably be on tomorrow. I don't know. I have not been feeling good. So... we'll see what happens when it happens, man. I hope you all have a good night. Thank you all for coming out. Yeah, McGowan, sorry you showed up late. No, nah, you'll be here next time, man. Have a good night too, bruh. Peace out, Ronnie Blaze. I appreciate you guys.